go live. We're going live, ladies and gentlemen. According to this, we are now live. Excellent. Anybody in the stream right now, welcome. This could be a long one, so buckle in. Get yourself one of these. There are other brands available, such as Prime Energy. Such as, I don't know, I'm trying to think of energy brands. Lucozade in the UK. Gatorade is one of them, isn't it? Didn't The Rock just release one as well? How are we all doing? Yes, guys. Lawrence Benson is in the chat. Lawrence Benson has hit 900,000 subscribers today. Congratulations to the true pellet gun. The Pelican himself. Lawrence Pencil Case. True Pelican behavior. Alright. Welcome everybody in the chat. I'm just getting up my tweet deck and everything. My homepage today, I don't know if you guys have had the same thing. My homepage is absolutely whack and wild. How does everything sound? How does everything look? Is it okay? Are we dropping frames? A question I ask at the start of every single stream just to make sure that we have the best quality that we can. Big up all the mandem. Yeah. If you're in the stream, welcome. Today is a big one. We are going to be obviously going for a few hours. We're going to be checking out on all of the latest news regarding Enzo Fernandez. We're going to be checking on whether or not Chelsea jump in and try and get a deal done for Marcel Sabitzer from Bayern Munich. Are Chelsea going to jump in for Moises Caicedo? Like, what is the crack? What's the deal? What do we expect? What should we see? If we sign Enzo Fernandez, we are going to have a little party here on the stream. And it's also the end of dry January for me in an hour and a half. So if we sign Enzo Fernandez in the next 2 hours, I will go downstairs, get a beer out the fridge, and it'll be the first one I've had this year. 600 people in already. Let's rock and roll. We're 2 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Chelsea fan, tweet out the stream. We're going to try and bring the hype. We're also going to try and bring as much positivity about these transfers getting done as we possibly can. Champagne popping. Unfortunately, Benson, I don't have any champagne. But we do have Red Bull. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know if you guys use TweetDeck, but of course, TweetDeck decides that the home feed wants to go down right about now. First donations come in from Jacob. Don't think Enzo is coming. Well, thank you for the donation, but we're looking for positive vibes. You know, positive vibes, positive energies in the buildings. We'll go through the updates regarding how things look regarding this deal. Obviously, this is the big deal that everyone's got their eyes on right now for Chelsea. And that is Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. Where are we right now with Enzo? Well, as of this very, very moment in time, Chelsea's bid has been made. Benfica, Rui Costa, probably the most hated man in West London right now. But, fair play to him. He's sticking to his word. Chelsea have offered instalments. We've offered a big chunk of the money up front. And the instalments is something that Benfica, Rui Costa don't want. They want to just get Chelsea to pay it all in one go. Chelsea are trying to barter with this right now by saying, okay, well, we'll pay a bit more up front and we'll do less instalments. Will we get our man? That remains to be seen. Will the medical be done in London? Will Enzo go back on a private jet? Will we have to conduct a medical in Portugal? Are we allowed to do that? Enzo is a done deal. People are saying Enzo is the most talked about. To be fair, and Chelsea fans on Twitter, right? We are a different breed. You know, we've got 1,000 people in already within the first 5 minutes. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream as well so that the stream basically gets found by as many people as possible. And my voice is probably going to be dead by the end of tonight, but hopefully it will all be worth it. We're in for the long haul, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I say the long haul. I will have to stop it at some point, but who knows when that's going to be. I'm hoping my girlfriend messages me and she's like, super busy in the club tonight. We're staying open till like 7 a.m. I'll be like, that's good because that is when the window closes. Enzo confirmed. Oh, let me go on Twitter on my phone because TweetDeck has decided it wants to just not work on me for the first time ever, I think. So So at the moment, this is the latest from Matt Law. Chelsea will have to bring down the number of instalments or meet the clause in one full go. So ridiculous. Like, Chelsea have offered the money that they wanted. Like, we've already gone and offered them 120 million euros. And some people are even reporting that we've actually offered even more than 120 million euros. Yet, for whatever reason, Benfica are just not budging on the flipping deal. Let me see if I can get Enzo to come and hang out with us on the screen. I'm going to just quickly upload him to my Google Drive and download this little PNG. Thank you very much, SK, for your donation. I hate Rui Costa. Right now, there's a lot of people that hate Rui Costa. Hate is an incredibly strong word, but it is one that I would use at this moment in time. 130. Some people say 130, some people say 120. But what we can understand here, and again, this isn't me trying to dig out certain journalists, because I'm not a journalist. I just simply give my opinions on it. I don't really have to work. I just talk. But a lot of journalists have been trying to kind of jump the gun here with predictions as to what the deal's going to be so that they can claim to be the first one to release the news. A lot of the stuff that we are reading that's being reported is absolute, complete and utter bollocks at the end of the day. So at this moment in time, there are only maybe two people that I am looking out for, really, and that is Matt Law and Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. 3 people. So, what do we think, guys? I'm going to put the first poll in of the live stream. I want to ask you guys, do we get Enzo signed today? And then obviously we can discuss a little bit more about the polls have started, guys. Make sure you're interacting with the polls. Let's get as many votes in there as you possibly can. I now have access to my picture of Enzo Fernandez. Let me go and whack him up on the screen so that you guys know that I'm talking about him. It's a bit more professional, isn't it, than just sitting here chatting and hoping that when you arrive at the correct moment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's very bold of me. So, download. I have to download things one by one on my desktop because I don't have WinRAR. WinRAR, it's such an old platform. Okay, so add an image. Let's call him Enzo. Let's browse the download folder. I feel like I'm doing a horse racing commentary as I try and find a photo of Enzo Fernandez. Okay, here he is. And then if we go, move to the bottom right edge, and then again, reset the size. Come on. Why is he so big? Enzo Fernandez is so giant right now. Fit to screen. No, go. No, this is not good. I need to move him. I need to move the man. Sorry about this. Just give me a second. Okay, he looks like a giant right now. But I don't know how to change his size. Like, this is such a new thing for me. I don't know. Okay, well that's Enzo, everybody. I don't know how to change his size, I'm afraid. So, thank you very much for the donation that just came in from Tanmoy Kamaka. As it stands, the poll is showing 781 votes. 68% of you believe that Enzo Fernandez will become a Chelsea player, and 32% of you say no. We are nearly at 2,000 people in the live stream here on GBFC. I want to say welcome to all of you that have just joined, and I hope you're as excited as I am by what potentially might be about to happen. Chelsea might be about to break our transfer records for a player of the highest quality, Enzo Fernandez. So for whatever reason, I can't. People are saying to change the size of him. The thing is, I don't have an option. I don't have an option to make him any smaller. Wait, that's just the opacity. Deary me, this is so complex. Damn, guys, sorry. Okay, Let's put him there. He's still here for now. So if I go this side, we can talk to him. Okay, we're over 1,000 votes. 69% of you is saying that Enzo Fernandez will sign. We're nearly at 2,000 members of the stream. Let's go! Georgie B is back. We are back. This is going to be a long one. It's a flipping hot day today, by the way, guys. George Benson Pro Streamer. No, this is only like the 3rd ever proper stream I've ever done. Thank you, George Jeffs, for the donation. Sterling needs to go. He's been terrible for 3 seasons now. I don't get this terrible for 3 seasons thing when it comes to Raheem Sterling. I really don't agree. I don't think he's been terrible for 3 seasons. And I think he's going to be one of those players again at Chelsea. Raheem Sterling I'm talking about here. He's going to be one of those players who turns up, I think, now that there's competition. Oh, I know it's not the healthiest drink in the world, but Red Bull is good, man. So some news has just dropped from The Athletic saying that Conor Gallagher has been discussed at Newcastle, but Chelsea view Newcastle as direct rivals for a top 4 place. I mean, yeah, that does make sense. I'm also going to upload a folder of all of the players in kit so far for this season. I don't know once more if it's actually going to be the right size. It's super windy. I think there's a storm brewing outside. It's called the Rui Costa. The Rui Costa, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, we're nearly at 2,000 concurrent viewers on the stream. Red Bull and vodka. I mean, it could be a Red Bull and vodka. We've got some vodka in the freezer. I do think when it hits midnight, my dry January will be over. And if we get Enzo over the line around midnight time, I think it's got to be a beverage, don't you think? Like, I wasn't going to do it. I'm having a couple of drinks tomorrow afternoon. Eventually, when I wake up after this flipping deadline day, update on Chelsea's outgoings. That is a very, very good point that you've just made there. Let's talk a little bit about the outgoings and what we know right now. Jorginho. So when I filmed the video, if you guys have seen the video from earlier today, thank you, Ahmed, for the donation. If you saw today's video, you will know that Arsenal were coming in for Jorginho. It was something that we saw last night in the evening in the UK time. It started coming out that Arsenal were thinking of giving up, pardon me, on Moises Caicedo because of Brighton's inability to budge on the price, or reluctance, should I say, to budge on the price. And as a result of that, they turned their attentions to Jorginho. Arsenal said they fancied it. Mikel Arteta is supposedly a big fan of the player. I think if you look at some of the technical players in the Arsenal team, a lot of that and the way that Arteta's getting a tune out of them right now is due to the management of Arteta. I think we've got to anticipate here that Mikel Arteta is going to get the best out of Jorginho. I think he will become a significantly more appreciated player probably at Arsenal. That's what I honestly believe. I think Jorginho going to Arsenal, it's the right thing in the sense of Chelsea did well to get £12 million when he would have absolutely 100% been leaving in the summer. But at the same time, it's going to Arsenal, you know. It's never nice to see one of our top rivals, some would argue maybe our biggest rival, strengthened, especially when they're already on course to win a Premier League. Yeah, do we think that is going to be the next poll? 6 minutes, 70% of you, 1,500 votes say that we will get Enzo. I'm ending that poll now. Thank you very much for the donation, Zebedee. Hi, George. Do Benfica need funds quickly and instantly? Do not want many installments. To be honest, I don't think Benfica certainly don't need the money all in one go. They don't need it. They just want it. They've made it pretty clear. They're not going to be going out there and spending... If Chelsea get the deal done now with 8 hours to go in the window, Benfica aren't going to go and spend 100 million on a player. That's not how they work. Benfica are a club who are known as a selling club. They get great amounts of money in for their players. You remember João Felix, who's obviously now a Chelsea player. Atletico Madrid spent over 100 mil, I think it was, pretty much on him. Now this Enzo Fernandez deal, like, they're going to make over £100 million without fail, whether it's sold now, whether it's in installments, whether it's in the summer. probably in the summer, the deal would probably be worth about 75 million. From what I've read, if, Benfica know they're not going to be able to keep him beyond the summer. Benfica, unfortunately, again, no disrespect, but Benfica are not a big enough club. Straight up. Darwin Nunez as well. Jorginho is done, I know. And I'm a little bit, to be honest, I'm kind of sad because it's never nice to see a player go. It's never nice to see a player go, but I think, especially when it's to Arsenal, but I think generally, like, Jorginho was one of the better players recently, but I'd go as far as to say, like, Chelsea's progression with a style was halted by the persistence of using Jorginho in the team. It's an argument that at the moment, because we sold him to Arsenal, won't get much airtime. People won't agree with me. But I genuinely think Chelsea have tried to fit the way that Jorginho wants to play into the way that we have to play as a team for so long. And I think as a result of that, it could be why Chelsea are so flipping slow in attack, slow in transition. I don't know. I think Jorginho might have something to say about that. Isaac, thank you for the $5 donation. No way most of the board travels without coming back with Enzo. Do you think we should pay the whole clause in one sum? Yeah, I mean, if the entire Chelsea board, again, there are so many conflicting rumours right now. I think it was Matt Law, again, very reputable journalist, reported that, what's his name? Bedad Egbali was in London working hard on negotiating the deal, and then some places say that the whole Chelsea board are in Portugal and Lisbon. It's like, well, there's a big difference between all of these things, because if everybody from the board is in Lisbon, then why are we still talking about potentially signing Moises Caicedo, Marcel Sabitzer from Bayern Munich? Like, if everyone's in Lisbon, that's not the case. There are exaggerations to the story. Thank you, Jared Miles, as well, for the donation. What are our chances of securing Enzo? If I'm being realistic, I think the chances are about 50-50. I think at the end of the day, Chelsea have coughed up the money. We've offered exactly what they want. And they just don't want it in installments. They don't want it in installments. And I think by the end of the window, like by the end of today, we're talking about 8 hours, guys. In the next 8 hours, Chelsea have got to get this done. Otherwise, it won't be happening until at the earliest in the summer. Thank you, Nicholas Fenson, for the donation. Let's make the Champions League happen again. Oh, bugger, I've just seen a mosquito, guys. He's on my mic. I'm going to quickly put a little mosquito repellent thing in there. I'm going to put an ad right now because I'm about to do something. One sec. Oh, it's bloody hot. Oh, for those of you that can still hear me, it is cooking. This little machine thing, it's called a hit machine, but it stops the mosquitoes and I can already feel them. Mosquito PNG. Yeah, we'll get the PNG. Like, no worries. £1 past the release clause and we escape the tax thing and give them that pound in the summer. I don't know if that's true, I do not know if that is true. Okay, so this comes out and then the fresh Mandem goes in. Lawrence Benson is back in the stream. True Pelican behavior. Playing tennis tomorrow, guys. Do you reckon I'm going to win? The mods are cooking. Oh, let me make Lawrence a mod. I know he's got more than enough important things to do in his life, but I've just made him a mod. Thoughts on Sabitzer links? I think Sabitzer, well, I mean, at the moment, any link to any player is going to be a frustration for us because, quite frankly, Sabitzer is not of the same caliber of player as Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is significantly better. Therefore, I think that it's very hard to get excited about anyone other than him. Like, even if Chelsea go now and sign Caicedo but don't get Enzo, it's kind of like, okay then, great, no worries. Yeah, we want to sign Enzo Fernandez, don't we? So I think Sabitzer, Yes, after selling Jorginho, and there is rumours that Ziyech and Gallagher could be on their way as well. We're going to talk about these guys in a moment, but deadline day. Come on, Enzo. Just tweeting out my stream right now. So, yeah, at the moment, it looks as though Newcastle could still come in for Conor Gallagher. What do we think about this, guys? I'm going to do another poll because I was about to do it. Let me type in the question. We're about to do another poll, so keep an eye out. Will Jorginho be a success? Can't type right now. At Arsenal. Why can I not type? I love mechanical keyboards, by the way. I don't know if I'm the only one, or I don't know if I'm super late to the party with this. The poll is live. Will Jorginho be a success at Arsenal? I mean, overall, right, I would say Jorginho has been a success at Chelsea. Like, as much as I've not always been his biggest fan, and I've already said in this live stream a couple of minutes ago that I do think that as a result of... What was I saying? I've actually lost my train of thought. This is the worst streaming ever from me. What was I saying? Yeah, Jorginho will go down as a success because of what he's won. I mean, you can't be Men's Player of the Year, win a Champions League, and not be a quality player. But I do believe there is an element of Chelsea's lack of progression with play style has been down to the accommodating of Jorginho's play style in particular for a couple of years now. Arsenal will slow down as a result of Jorginho. Put it this way. If Mikel Arteta manages to get a tune out of both Thomas Partey and Jorginho in the same team, if he does, then there's absolutely no way that they don't win the Premier League, in my opinion. George, thoughts on Declan Rice or Amrabat, the Moroccan midfielder? Amrabat is good, but look at his stats this season. Like, come on, the guy's got to do more to get me excited. At least with Enzo Fernandez, when you look at his progressive play, you look at his passing statistics, you look at his tackling statistics, and the World Cup performance, at least Enzo is backing up the World Cup performances with serious performances on the pitch for Benfica as well. I can't stand this guy keeps spamming. Like, bro, can you not spam? Like, you just lost the opportunity to comment now. Like, there's really no point. I don't understand all this spam. We're nearly at 2,500 viewers. So right now, guys, we've got some more news here. Chelsea, this is according to The Athletic, Chelsea refusing to do business with Newcastle. I mean, this has got to be major credit given here to Eddie Howe for the job that he's doing at Newcastle, because Chelsea, obviously when you look at the Premier League table, Chelsea will consider Newcastle a rival, but refusing to do business with them. This is funny, you know, because on the same day that we're now saying we refuse to do business with Newcastle, we've sold a player to Tottenham Hotspur. We have sold Jude Soonsup-Bell, who is a development squad player, striker. We've sold him to Spurs. So if Spurs don't sign Pedro Porro, or maybe they have already signed Pedro Porro, they've signed Soonsup-Bell from Chelsea. Invite Yannick. I might be able to invite someone. If you want me to invite people to the stream, then you should spam tweet them, and I can try and somehow get them on via Discord or something. I don't exactly know how that works, but we can try. Let me message some of the guys now and see what they're up to. Let me take a little look. Oh, guys, look. I don't know if you can see it. Look at it. Jorginho. It doesn't look right. Like, it just doesn't look right. You know, sometimes you look at some players in a different shirt, and what is this melt doing spamming again? I need some mods. Like, I need to see some names that I recognize often. We need to just ban all these spammers because they're just weirdos. He doesn't look happy. I mean, like, to be fair, Jorginho, he's always been very happy at Chelsea. He loves Chelsea. Clearly not enough to not join flipping Arsenal. Jorginho looks good in red. Why are you guys saying this? Like, do we really need to go there now? 2,600 of you? Come on. Let's go. Matisse, you're there. Oh. Okay. Let me message him back. Matisse is watching me right now. Oi, mandem. Hang on. I don't know how Discord works. Okay, Matisse. Text me through this. Let me call you. We're going to call Matisse real quick. Hang on.
Yo, bro.
Yo, my man. How you doing?
I'm good. I literally just got in.
You just got in? Well, top man for turning on the stream. I'm going to get... Are you on Discord?
I think I do have a Discord, yeah. Let me see if I can figure out.
Because I'm so useless with this streaming malarkey that I don't know how I'm going to manage to get you to have the audio coming through. But I think it will work.
Do you have, are you using StreamYard?
No, I'm not. I'm just using the YouTube live streaming thing through OBS. But I think if I'm on a call with you in Discord, the audio can come through.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that for sure. We can try. I mean, I hope so, because that'd be fun if you got nothing to do for a bit.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I'm not live again until later. It's a
Sweet.
madness. All these transfers moving around right now.
Bro, I know. We've just signed Messi now as well.
I wish.
Oh.
It will put a smile on people's faces. People are losing it out there.
It really, really would. It really would. Hang on, let me put you closer to the microphone so people can still hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. They got everybody in the chat.
Matisse says, hi, everyone. Bro, I'm absolutely roasting these lights that we put in front of our faces. This is one thing people don't understand about YouTubers, right? The lights that we have in front of us are basically like putting yourself in a sauna. It is...
It's really healthy. I've got them on actually right now. I'm in my studio. Bro, they're actually, yeah, it's really not good for me. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
hot, isn't it?
SPF, man. SPF. I'm telling you.
For real, for real. Alright, let me know when you're on the old Discords and I'll type my name thing in. I don't know how this shit works, man. I called Eunice the other day when we did our video. Thank you, Arjeet Nayak, for the donation. GBFC is massive. We try. We try.
My Discord is, what is it? It's just MAH and then the hashtag and then 0116 or something.
Okay, I think you're on stream now, so someone might have heard that, but we'll...
Okay.
We can figure it out.
Oh, man.
Okay, Eunice wants to join as well.
Hey, we got a party now.
Oi, guys, what you saying in the chat right now? Me, Matisse and Eunice, do you want it? If you do, get spamming. Get spamming and get hitting the like button on the stream. Let's get this to the top of Sky Sports' nose. Hang on. Bro, I'm gassed. I don't even think we're going to sign him anymore, but I'm just gassed.
Probably not, you know.
I know. How do I... Bro, they're going nuts. How do I get this to work?
We might not sign him, but we're going to have some fun with it regardless.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm going to start watching Benfica. I might even fly to Portugal. I could do with some Portuguese tarts up in and around my life, you know?
I was thinking of flying to Portugal just to get in on the meeting, man.
Bro, to be fair, as a YouTuber, as a Chelsea YouTuber, if being in Lisbon right now and just, like, scouting around, like, imagine going live and just, like, undercovering in Lisbon, like, pretending that, like, you're not allowed to be there. It's like some, like, Last of Us crap where anyone who sees you with a Chelsea shirt on is basically going to come and try and eat you and make you into a mushroom. Like, it'd be so cool.
Oh, God. It would actually be a great video idea, I'm not going to lie.
It would be. It'd be a very good idea. Okay, where is... Okay, Eunice is typing. Everybody who is being patient in the chat whilst we try to configure this. Let me figure this out because Eunice says can create a new convo or on this one add Matisse. Okay, so type in your name again and I can try and add you into this conversation.
I'm going to... Is it the username you need?
Yeah, just to be able to find you.
No, I'm going to send it to you. I just, because I got you on screen as well in my studio. You're drinking a Red Bull. I've literally just had a Red Bull.
Bro, this is destiny. This is destiny. As soon as I saw your message, I'm like, fuck it. I'm calling you straight away. Oh, I just swore. First time I've ever sworn. No!
Is it?
Yeah, I've never ever sworn. I think on the channel, but I have now. You see, I'm human.
This is what Chelsea have done.
I blame Enzo for all of this. All right. Okay, let me put in the hashtag. Oh, I've got one of these Indonesian keyboards where I don't even know what the hashtag button is. No joke.
Your chat like, finally, he said the F word. Yes.
He's real.
Into my veins.
Oh man, I don't know what I've just done. I actually have no idea what I've just done. Okay, I'm back to Eunice. How do I type in hashtag sign? Okay, I got it. Honestly, you guys who are still being patient with me, this is legendary of you. We're not losing viewers. We're at nearly 3,000 and they're not leaving, and all I'm trying to do is type hashtag. Okay. And then no friends.
It was meant to be a meeting at 3 o'clock, I think.
3? Oh, that's coming up. That's it. That's in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we're going to try and tap in via wire, and we are going to aim to get involved, and we're going to hijack this meeting with Toddinston, Bolinston, and the Egg Barleysaurus Rex. We're going to get in there, and we are going to make Enzo. How do I add bro, honestly?
I always use StreamYard, even though you have to pay for it. It's so easy.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to be what I do after this, because this is just long. Hang on, let me just block this guy.
Just send a link. You can just send a link and then just add people. It's just so quick.
Yeah, that does sound good, to be fair. Jeez.
Because I actually think someone else was using OBS as well, but OBS is so difficult to do, like to stream with others. It's just so complicated.
Yeah. Oh, add friend. I found it. Okay, so I can add you. So I've sent you a friend request. Guys, we're moving here. We're on the way. We've got progress. It might have taken me 7 minutes. Okay, so now if I add you into here, all right, let's go. Then I'll put my headphones on. Now let me call. I'll call you guys.
Wow. I'll end this call and then you can call me on there.
Yeah, cool. All right, mate. I'll speak to you in a sec. Ciao. Okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Oh.
There we go. I can
Oi,
hear you.
yes, I can hear Matisse. I can't hear Eunice.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
guys, in the stream, can you guys let me know if you can hear Matisse and Eunice? If you can hear, then we're all in, and this is
Oh, you
absolutely
can. Oh,
phenomenal.
quality. It's working. Finally.
Is it working? Oh,
I think
it's
it's
so
working, yeah.
cool, bro.
It's working. I got feedback
Wow.
and I could hear it on the video.
Oi, come on,
What?
everybody,
yeah.
Look
we're
at the chat.
here.
Jesus.
Look at this. Oi, this is so cool. I feel like I've just like established that the internet exists for the first time after like a 40-year coma. I'm like, you can actually do this shit, and everyone can hear us. This is so cool.
Banging.
This is bad.
Oh.
This is brilliant.
Oh, I'm so
Well, let's
excited.
get into it. How's
This is
everyone
deadline
feeling?
day, isn't
How's
it? This is
everyone
deadline day.
feeling? Yeah.
This is
Oh, it's
deadline
mad.
day.
We got the here we go. We all got on a call.
Mm.
All right, I think they
No.
just said I need to put you guys down a little bit. So what I did is I've put you down to 70%. I'll knock that back up a little bit. So, boys, what do we reckon then? Throw it out there. Is he coming or is he not?
Mad. I mean, Eunice, yeah, I remember, I can't remember when the last time we spoke about this was, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, and I said this, I tweeted this on like the 21st, and I said, if we really definitely want him, I feel like we have to kind of loan him back to them, because they're going for the league and they're also still in the Champions League. So they have their own like sporting requirements and achievements that they're trying to reach. And we obviously won't pay up front because they're FFP. So if
Yeah.
we want him, we're going to have to give them something back. And even though nobody wants to hear that, because everybody just wants him right now, if we don't get him now, and Man City and Real Madrid move for him in January, which they will, because Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Real Madrid's midfield is looking really bad at the moment, then we're going to be in trouble. That's how I see it.
I mean, yeah, it's a point about him being loaned back, but I mean, you've seen the same info we've seen, isn't it? It's all about this flipping release clause and 1 payment and 5 payments and 2 payments and 100 payments, and it's just like flipping. Just Roy Costa's being a little bit difficult, and I think it'll come down to that. If we can try and narrow it down, I don't know, if Chelsea are able to with FFP to 2 or 3 payments or 4 max, then I don't know. Will Roy Costa budge? I don't know.
Guys, is there any chance we can put cameras on? I don't know if I'm going to be able to be smart enough to put that on there. But people
how would you get it on screen? How would you get it on screen?
Yeah, that's about you on screen, mate. It's easy to turn the camera on here.
Yeah, you put it on and then let me try and work some magic here, you know. I think I can do it. I think I know what to do. Oh, wait, there's the beautiful gentleman, and there's a couple of keyboards. Hello.
Hold on. Where's me?
We're in for you. Thank you, iJump, for the donation.
How do I flip this? Oh, there we go.
Okay, I think I can do. I'm going to call it the boys. Let me just quickly.
All right, perfect.
Oh, hang on.
I'm literally watching,
Matisse, have you taken over from Jim White or something?
Bro, it's deadline day, man. I'm going to Portugal after this phone call. I'm dressed in all black. Hey, somebody's funeral today, mate. Rui Costa better be careful.
Hey, mate. If you can take him out, that'll be great. If you need an alibi, let me know.
I'm telling you, bro. Oh my goodness.
Hang on a second. Oh, it's come up with like a black box or something at the minute. I can see you guys, of course, but like when I try and add like a layer to have you guys in it, there's like this very odd.
Yeah, I can see how it's looking on screen on the video. Yes.
Yeah, I'm literally
box.
I'm watching this stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's not it, is it? That's just not it.
Oh my days.
How
I don't actually know how it works on Discord.
But like if I click on you again, it still comes up black. This is very odd.
You're adding a layer.
Yeah, so like I'm putting it on top so that it obviously goes on top, and I've highlighted you guys so I can see you on Discord, even though my camera's not on here. But I'm frightened if I turn the camera on here, it might go off on the stream.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people wanting to see your beautiful faces, so there's got to be a way around this.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be. I mean, OBS, you can add anything into it.
You could do Can you do a window capture?
I think that's what
trim.
I've done.
Oh.
I've done. Let me see entire window, sub-region, and then no, you still comes up as just one giant black box. Alright, I'm just going to quit. All of these guys just being homophobic are going to get banned forever. So, I don't know why they do this. It's like they honestly think it's just I'm just going to be like, I don't get how people just spend all day at home giggling at themselves and being weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got nothing better to do. Fly to Portugal and do the jobs that we should be doing right now, which is getting Enzo on that jet back to... Where did they say the jet went from? Edinburgh?
Edinburgh?
I'm not sure.
Farnborough.
I read, Farnborough, flipping Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. I was about to say, what the hell's the plane doing in Scotland?
Yeah, mate, I don't know. Lovely place, but it doesn't really make any sense. What do we say about Marcel Sabitzer then? Because Man United look as though they're the favourites to get him, but surely Chelsea can't be turning their heads towards this guy. Like, people, how could we get excited about a player like Sabitzer when we've currently got multiple boardroom members sat in a room with Rui Longhaired Costa? Like,
it's like when we went for we went for Onana at Everton, and then he obviously rejected us, and we looked at Matheus Nunes for a few hours at Wolves as well, and then he that didn't materialise, thank God. They're just massive drop-offs, and I look at those type of players in that pool, and I know people are thinking short term because obviously our midfield is currently very imbalanced. We have no Jorginho now, and he's probably the midfielder that's played the most games this season. The rest of them have been injury prone. But I'm looking at players like that, I'm thinking, If they're loans for the rest of the season, okay, maybe cool. But if you don't buy them, because now you're starting to block pathways for Andre Santos, who looks really good at Brazil under 20s, Carney, Chukwuemeka, who's still a very good player as well. To be integrating Lewis Hall, I know he had a rough time at Anfield, but again, very good player. Like if their ceiling and their potential is not sky high, then don't waste your time with them. Stick to the best players, the top targets. So that's how I see it, anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. But then at the same time, if we can't get these top targets, then what are we going to do about that? Because we can't sell Jorginho. Like, is Santos is a gamble too, and I think with a player like him, when we know he's so good, let's say he does have a couple of dodgy games, and then he actually starts to become an 18-year-old, and he's like, I can't do this. Then that can happen, you know. Like it sounds a bit silly.
Yeah.
And I don't think with a player like, from what we've seen of him, not that I've seen lots of him, I'm not going to pretend that I have, but like, there's so much risk involved with that, and I think with the kind of pressure that comes with Chelsea, I think right now, like, let's just say for example we don't beat Fulham. Like, how does the mood go then? If we get Enzo today and then we draw with Fulham or lose to Fulham, like, how does the energy of the Chelsea fan base shift from what has been like, okay, we've scored 1 goal in the last 2 games, kept 2 clean sheets, got 4 points, but all of a sudden, because we're buying half the world, we've kind of forgotten the on-pitch predicament that we're in. Like, can we rely on 18-year-olds to cope with this kind of pressure?
No, it's difficult, man. Especially having to rely, you know, on players of that age when we've had players that are experienced, we've got injuries and whatnot. We let Jorginho go, we don't get anyone in. Yeah, that's for the one area of the pitch that we've known for so long where we've needed to reinforce, to not get anyone in of a caliber is going to be damaging. And I mean, what's the backup? Because the rumors were that if it collapses with Enzo today and we don't get anything done with a few hours to go, then we already have backups ready. Who are they? You know, there's the whole panic buy rumor of Guendouzi, which I know a lot of people are not happy about.
Surely not.
But personally, look, I saw that Barca trying to go for Amrabat.
Yeah.
And
guys,
I think
we've
for
got
30,
some
40
Fabrizio
mil.
Romano tweets, guys. This is massive. You're both going to love this. This is big news. We understand Olympic Lyon have now opened talks to sign Bakayoko from Chelsea.
No, yeah, but I bet it's going to collapse because he hasn't got a cross on as part of his clause or something.
Probably not. He needs 2, mate. He needs 2.
Honestly.
Why don't we just throw in a Portuguese tart in there at the same? That's probably why Rui Costa isn't accepting anything, because we haven't offered enough Portuguese tarts. I will happily send across as much custard as the man needs. I'll give him everything.
Do you know
Sorry,
what?
I cut you in the middle of a great point there, but I had to break it. Bakayoko's on the way out, mate.
I thought he was already gone. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was going to a different team on loan, so I'm so confused right now.
No, Matisse, he's had 2 deals over the past week collapse.
Oh, that's mad.
That's why I was like, we're never getting rid of this guy. He's just gonna be there.
Do you think the clubs that are trying to go for him are like they're realizing late on that it's Bakayoko they've gone in for? Maybe they want to drink water.
They just wake up from a trance and go, "What, lads? What are we doing? What are we doing?"
I can't believe we gave him a new contract, an extension. Like we gave him an extra year or whatever from Marina, so we could try to sell him, and now he's still here. It's just mad, insane. But this is also on Enzo as well. This is why with Gallagher yesterday, when Everton came in with that 45 million bid, I was like, take the money and run. And like, obviously, Gallagher's obviously never going to move to Everton because that's like career suicide. You've got Sean Dyche taking over. They're in the relegation zone. He wants to go to like Newcastle, you know, play with Bruno Guimaraes or Palace, a better team. But if we were to receive, say, 40 million for a Cobham talent right now, we'd be able to pay Enzo's release clause like straight away. We wouldn't have to do all of this. We would just pay the release clause and just move on. So it's annoying that we're just one sale away from FFP wise being able to just bypass Rui Costa completely.
So is that going to be Gallagher then?
I don't know, because the thing is with Gallagher is that he really wants to stay here. Desperately wants to stay here.
I don't want him to leave for that reason, because I think we saw how good he was. We see how good he can be. Like the last couple of games he's been decent, but at the same time, like I feel like he's just a bit all over the place. Whereas you look at the kind of player we're going for, that clearly shows a vision and a plan as to where you want to take the way that we play.
Exactly.
And I don't know, man. I think I think there's going to be bids made for Gallagher in the next couple of hours. I think Palace will come in with something mad.
Yeah, and also the thing is if we plan on keeping Felix and we've got Mudryk and Madueke on the flanks and then Cuckoo up top, say, so to speak, even though he's not really a striker, you'd probably have to go and look at another striker at some point. Then where's Gallagher going to play and all that? You know, because now the advanced areas are starting to have the Felixes, and we still have Carney and Andrew Santos, and if you get at Enzo, there's not really any space for Gallagher. So I'm getting to that point where I'm kind of more ruthless on some of these academy products that are not really starters, like Loftus-Cheeks and Gallagher's. You can't keep all of them. There's too many players in the squad. There's 30, 34, 33 players in the squad. And if you've got market value like that, we need to be getting rid so we can align with FFP nicely. That's how I'm starting to see it, because he's still young. He wants to play in the England squad. I know he wants to stay at Chelsea, but he doesn't want to do a Loftus-Cheek and just become like this bit part player his whole career. I'd be surprised if he wants to do that anyway. He could do a lot more.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he's going to get any opportunities at the minute. Either.
I would say to an extent, yes, there's time that needs to be given maybe for him to develop. But look, when a club comes in and they offer you that much money for someone of that level right now, you can't say no. Now, with him, obviously, he doesn't want to go. I can understand the way Everton are looking. You never know. Sean Dyche might save him. Probably will. But Newcastle, we don't want to entertain because apparently now they're seen as a direct rival. You know, for European football and all of that. So I honestly think if a club does come in and offer 50, which would be it'd be unbelievable. 45 was mad enough. Someone comes in for 50, we just need to say yes, here you go. Because Chelsea will keep moving forward. We get midfielders in of a caliber that we need to bring in. We will live without Gallagher. It'll be fine. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should be worried about living without Gallagher. I think it's like, for example, whether... I mean, I've given Jorginho a lot of stick. I know, Matisse, you're quite a fan of Jorginho, but I said it before you guys came on. I said that I think Jorginho has kind of, in a way, been one of the reasons why Chelsea have been so desperate to buy an Enzo, because I think as good of a player Jorginho is, I think we've been trying to accommodate his style, which doesn't really benefit a lot of the other attacking players, preferably, that we have at the club. So I think him leaving now probably is a benefit, but like... We just had another super chat come in, and the guy was saying about how should we have ever sanctioned the sale of Jorginho without knowing that this Enzo deal's going through?
I mean, I'm all right with Jorginho leaving, to be honest. Like, obviously, going to Arsenal is very, very much it's difficult to take for a lot of people. It's going to sting. You know, he's vice captain. He's been here a long time. We know the personality is on point with him as well. And he is kind of a great person to have around the team, and you can see that he's definitely a favourite in and amongst the squad. But for me, again, I'm looking at the long term, and I would not have given Jorginho a new contract personally anyway. If it was down to me, I would not have done it. So to get £12 million for him now, and you know he's not starting for Arsenal, he's going to be on the bench, really backing up Partey, and we're meant to be signing Enzo Fernandez, who's going to be hopefully levels clear. I'm fine with that. Do you know what I mean? Short-term pain for long-term gain, because we're not gonna win the league this season, but I want to be up there next season. If we have a crazy window again in the summer, we get a DM and we get a goalkeeper. You know, we're saving on his wages. You know, all these things. We should be. There's no reason that just because we're part of a P-word process doesn't mean it needs to take as long as Arsenal's did. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at the amount of money we're spending. If we put together this FIFA career mode team with like Felix in the 10 and Mudryk and all these other players, why can't, and we're not in Europe, like we're not in the Champions League next season, then why can't we focus on the league and, try and do a madness and at least compete? So for me, it's short-term pain, long-term gain. I think Jorginho's time's come to an end. We have to focus on rebuilding the midfield. So I'm just feeling ruthless right now, man. Anyone can get it. Anyone can get this smoke.
Also, can I say about Jorginho going to Arsenal? I know there's probably a few Chelsea fans that are like, "Oh no, we can't reinforce Arsenal. It's Arsenal." Look, we've all been happy for him to go. At this stage of his career, I think we've got the best out of him. We know his flaws and the reason why we can do without him now, and why we're looking to get better midfielders in because of those flaws. Look, he walks into that Arsenal team. it's going to be the same situation. They use Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Partey as in that base. We know that if it's Jorginho there, it's going to be the same issues that he had in the Chelsea team. So in terms of being concerned, I'm not entirely concerned. Arsenal play good football and they're fast and they're dynamic, but if they were to get caught on a transition or on a counter, they're going to face the same issue that we had with Jorginho when he gets exposed. Not to say that he won't have good games, he will when Arsenal are having control of the game and they're dominant and they're moving the ball and there's no pressure. But we know what Jorginho's about, and I don't feel like there's anything to be really concerned about. I feel if we focus on what we need to get and we get a better midfielder in, like we're trying to get with Enzo and elsewhere, we'll be fine. And an aging Jorginho that will eventually hit a decline is not to be concerned about. So yeah, I think it's all good.
Also,
what about
in the
pivot of go on, Matisse.
Sorry, last thing on this part. Also, in the Prem, he's pretty inconsistent. Do you know what I mean? I know he's played most of the games because obviously Kante and Cover have been injury prone. So from an availability standpoint, he's doing really well. He's doing great. But in the Prem, he's pretty inconsistent. Most of his best performances recently are kind of coming in Europe. And the thing is with him is that, yeah, he's a good player, but his trajectory is down. And the other players they could have got, like Caicedo, Declan Rice, they were interested in, their trajectory is up. Their trajectory is up. So I'd rather get a player where the trajectory is down than get a trajectory player that's going up when we should be going for those players. So we've potentially taken them away from other players that we might want. So it's good.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good time to sell. 12 million as well is decent money for I think a 31-year-old. I mean, if you've got a player on 6 months left on his contract, that could have easily been less. I think even like I think I saw somewhere that like his market value for the current duration of his contract with it expiring was like 5 million. So you've already got more than double.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, with that much time left, it's a really good deal when you think about it. So
I've seen someone say about Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio. Why do I feel like this name has kind of just been branded around for like 10 years, but obviously he hasn't?
every single window at the deadline day we hear about Milinkovic-Savic.
And apparently Marcel Sabitzer has agreed terms with Manchester United. The current only thing left is the terms of the deal between Bayern Munich and Man United. I think this is good. Like the more that these players like suddenly disappear. I've just seen Nathaniel Chalobah might also be about to leave Fulham, by the way. So you never know. We could get a little
he's off to West Brom, I think.
He's going to West Brom.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
I don't know if it's more for them at this point, but you know, Chelsea might well be getting desperate. I say to bring in Wesley Sneijder. I've just seen someone say that in the chat. I reckon that was
Wesley Sneijder. No, we should just go and get Roy Costa then. Just get him back as a player.
That's a good
Bring
point.
him on the plane with Enzo.
Have you seen some of the compilation videos of like Rui Costa fails on the football pitch that people are kind of using to like fuel their hatred against him? It's like, this guy don't give a shit about his playing career no more, man. Like, do you think this is gonna make him that upset that he's just gonna be like, oh, these Chelsea fans have got too much gas? Like, let's just get rid of Enzo now. I can't take this anymore.
I think we should just buy Benfica. You know, we're meant to be doing
sorted. Just buy the club,
bro. We're multi-club model. Do you know what I mean? Let's just buy Benfica, and then this is all sorted. You know, you can't tell us what to do when we own the club. So,
boys, we've got some more Ornstein news. It's not the dagger we want, but it is Conor Gallagher is staying at Chelsea. CFC don't want another loan, and permanent offers well below the valuation of the player, barring late twist. 22-year-old midfielder will be at Stamford Bridge until at least the summer, and an important part of youth movement. So Conor Gallagher is staying, other than for some kind of crazy £700 million Crystal Palace bid to buy out Chelsea Football Club. Wow.
Interesting.
I think
Very
Newcastle were trying to pay like 30 to 35 million. They're trying to get us to drop our asking price, and yeah, there was just never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Yeah, Gallagher's one of those, I think we all know it. Like, even if he doesn't fit in necessarily in like a specific role at Chelsea right now, I think Gallagher's one of those players who you just know wherever he goes that isn't Chelsea, he's gonna show what he's got, and we're all gonna be sat here thinking if things don't go well or we don't sign Enzo and we're desperate for midfielders, we're going to be like, well, why did we let him go? So, well, we let him go because we got offered 50 million and we thought we were going to get Enzo Fernandez. But if buts and maybes, don't win your Premier Leagues. And we're not going to win that this season anyway. So, does it matter?
Don't worry, we will next season.
You two always do this. It's always you two on my subscription feed at the start of the season. We're gonna win the Premier League.
Oh, we are though. We might win it this season. It's categorically possible. Like we could.
Arsenal got a 10-game losing streak.
You guys just can't help yourselves. You guys got every time. I literally at the start of the season, I'm always looking out for Eunice and George to put out a video saying, "This is why we can win the Premier League." when we got like Lukaku doesn't even want to be here playing up front.
Mate, last time me and George done a prediction video of talking about our next 6 games, we said we were basically going to win each one. We nearly lost each one and Lampard got sacked.
We actually did. We got that so wrong. That was possibly the worst predictions that anyone has ever made on the internet. Like we shouldn't be in like jobs right now. It was that bad. Hang on, I'm trying to add you guys' tags to the title, but I don't know if it... Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, this is fancy.
I think YouTube fixed that now. YouTube, yeah, they've done a lot. To be fair to them. They've been trying.
Finally. They waited long enough.
Yeah, they got some new features going on. Fair play.
You got some new testers. Finally.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes, it's perfect. It fits. I just had to delete like loads of info. But I've managed to get you guys in the title. Some people actually do put some really, really positive, useful things in the chat, don't they?
What did they say?
They were like, you should put their tags in the chat. I was like, yeah, actually, that's a really good point. Like, why not? Rinse some views off of Eunice and Matisse. Like, yeah, come on. Bring them all over to my channel, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm taking off you. I'm taking off you right now. I'm about to probably hit 40k after that suggestion in the chat. Appreciate it.
Well, guys, you know what to do. If you need more Chelsea information, and this stream ain't enough for you, these guys are entertaining sons of bitches. So go and subscribe. Click on the little thing. This is YouTube. Honestly, I can't believe how smart this all is. I know you guys stream all the time, so but for me, this is mind blowing.
Yeah, you've only just started streaming, isn't it? I've seen recently you're like just back into streaming. I was like, look at this, fancy, nice.
I did a couple watch-alongs, but it was like with the phone. Like sideways, and then even sometimes if you accidentally start it and it's in vertical, the whole stream's in vertical, and I was like, well, I don't want to restart it. Bro, it's so long, man.
That's how I first started doing streams, was actually off my phone, because I didn't have, I don't know why, I didn't have like a webcam and all this stuff, so I was doing it off my phone. It's so difficult to do it, I'm not gonna lie. I get your pain, your struggle.
Yeah, like I'm still trying to click around and see why your cameras don't want to go on there and it's just some black box. It's so odd.
Oh, there's an update for Fabrizio. He's going to say something on Enzo in a few minutes. I believe he's live as well on somewhere.
Oh God.
It's getting uncomfortable.
Squeaky bum time.
It is squeaky bum time. If you didn't hear Eunice there, we're about to hear something. Fabrizio Romandinho is coming out with some madness, I hope. Oh,
I've never hit the refresh button this much in a short space of time.
Do you want to know what would be hilarious right now?
Hit me.
News, right? Barcelona hijack Chelsea move for Enzo. Paying the release clause.
I will go to Gatwick right now, jump on the first plane to Barcelona, and I don't know what I'll do to that football club, but I'll get in trouble for it.
Do you know what? I've always hated Barcelona. You know, like how everyone has their like other European team that they like, and because Barcelona was so good to watch, everyone liked Barcelona. I despised Barcelona from like day one. Since
2009, especially since that robbery. No, it was dumb. It was
Dani Alves for me just epitomised everything I dislike. Like now I kind of like him because I think like he's kind of cool. Like
why? Because he's in jail.
Is he in jail? Is he actually in jail? I don't even know this. Wow. Oh, here we go.
He signed for Prison FC, man.
Prison FC. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know this.
Big
I
signing.
did not even know this. Genuinely. He's probably with Andrew Tate right now, just kickboxing everyone. As soon as I said Andrew Tate,
my
someone just said
God.
breaking news.
No
Andrew
way, has he
Tate
been released?
Released from prison. Fabrizio
No.
Romano probably just tweeted it.
Is that
Okay.
yeah? Fabrizio's gonna come out.
Guys, the Fabrizio tweet is out.
Discussions
are
are still
ongoing. Go on, you finish it. Eunice. You got there first. Go.
Okay. No, we got it at the same time. Literally at the same time. The deal has not collapsed as things stand. Chelsea's still trying.
Okay.
One to follow in the next hours.
Guys, we're still standing. Better than I ever did. Na 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 na.
Not about you. Do you find it
Looking
annoying
like
when
a little
Fabrizio and the
kid.
others say the next hours? I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean 1, 5, 10, 30?
Bro,
What-
for me,
how much hours?
11:30 at night right now already. This is me wondering if the sunrise is going to be pending or not. Like, this, I don't want this to be the next hours. I need the next minutes.
Exactly.
Like, I do want to sleep tonight, and I want to get
Is
up
it
tomorrow, and I want to
11:30
enjoy
over
my
there?
day. Bro, it's late, and I can
Oh.
only stream until like 1:45. Oh,
There's more.
what have you seen?
He's gone on to say the big one tonight is Enzo. I can't say too much right now.
because they're talking right now. They're in there. There's a fly on the wall who's going to deliver us the information. Ladies and gentlemen, he's coming. I can feel it. I can sense it. I've just had like a rush
An
of blood
epiphany.
to my head just before you
It's
start getting a little bit.
genuinely stressing me out.
Bro,
I want this player
trust.
so
Bloody hell.
badly. Like, I want this player so badly. This is like my top field target right now. Like, this is like when we were going after Tchouaméni and Marino decided that 40 million was too much, or that the player wasn't ready, and I was fuming because I was like, this player is so good at DM, and then he's going to end up going to Real Madrid. And I was just so angry, and this is how I feel right now.
Don't you think though that maybe like this whole can't say too much now thing is because like he's tweeted so many times, discussions are ongoing. Like
He doesn't wanna get
every
it wrong.
top journalist in their integrity has got to at some point just be like, right, I know my tweets are banging, I know my impressions are through the roof, and brand deals are going to be coming out my ears. But like if I keep tweeting the same shit, but it isn't quite here we go, but it is. You know what I mean? Like surely after a while, this little like I can't say too much now because he just knows it's happening, and he just can't officially say it yet because he's not got the permission. Come on, this has got to be
game's
it.
the game, bro. On a day like this, everybody is literally starving for this breakthrough.
Yep.
Starving. People have the notifications on. Like, how many people have Fabrizio's notifications on? Probably like 1 million. Minimum a
Yeah.
million people. And every single last drippity drop they can get. You know, he could put out a different tweet and just change the words or change the language into Spanish, and everybody would be like, "Update."
Well, it's like Mr. Beast, isn't it? Like he puts all his videos in different languages now too. So not only is the guy rich in American dollars, but he's also getting the yen in as well. Like what a genius!
Oh man! But for once, like usually for the rest of the window, for the since day 1 to day 30, I'm not like every minute, what's the news, because I'm like, do you know what? I'm not too bothered. We'll see what happens. But right now, I am. I need this. I need this to be done.
I know. I feel the same. Like last night, I was just like I think yesterday my phone time was the longest I'd ever been on my phone. I think I had 9 hours screen time yesterday.
Wow.
Plus all the
That's a
time I
lot.
spent in front of the
That's
laptop.
just normal to me. I'm
Oh.
oh
I'm just
my
like
days.
even TweetDeck wasn't working earlier for the first time ever, and now like every little tiny thing I'm seeing, I'm like, is it? It's the phone ping. Like I've got the vibrations on my phone. I think I'll show you guys on the screen now. You can just see it's just Simon Phillips and Fabrizio Romano right now.
But
If it's
what's
gonna
happening?
focus.
What's happening with Hakim Ziyech? He was meant to be going to PSG, wasn't he?
PSG,
And that's
yeah.
kind of just like- yeah.
Again, I don't know if that's a smart thing. Again, like
Although that could be a loan with an option, I think.
that's the
I'd do
problem,
that.
option.
I'd do that deal as well. I'd get that done.
You
Do
would?
you know what it is? Do you know what it is with me? Yeah? If we don't clear some of these guys out, even though we're not sure if we're gonna have the depth or whatever. Well, we have the depth. We have like 35 players. We're only in 2 competitions. But if we don't clear some of them now, then in the summer it's going to be like the Avengers coming back to Cobham. Like we're going to have like 50 players just rocking up to the stadium or rocking up to the training ground, and the amount of exits we're going to need to do. I don't even know how we're going to get everybody out. It's just too many. We got so many players. Like when I went through our squad the other day, you could literally do a Chelsea A, B, and C first 11 up against each
Yeah.
other, and all of the teams are pretty strong, really strong.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have like
it's-
10
a
midfielders.
little update.
yeah.
Talks are now between Bowley, Egbali, and Roy Costa. It's owners
Oh!
involved now.
It's the yes or no period. This is the deal or no deal. This
But
is the Noel Edmonds.
It's 2v1. Stick them all in the room. We can do what we want with him.
Bro, I wouldn't want to mess with Todd, man. I reckon this guy is... I reckon deep down, he's got a violent side.
No, I think Egbali's the guy you have to watch out for. He looks like he could kill someone.
I think Egbali's the verbal. And then I
You
think like,
reckon?
when Egbali goes for a piss, Todd's just in there and he's like just kicking shins under the table. He's like, no means yes. Yes means yes. Rui, yes. He's got to.
So what do we think's happened? Do we think like when Stanley and all these other guys have just been told, yo, come up, go and
Get
stand
out.
outside? Like The Apprentice, you know, when they just tell them to go and stand outside, and then they just
Bro,
leave Trump and the two people alongside him in the office.
I think when Stanley's currently skimming stones at Brighton Pier, mate, I reckon Moises is on the way as well.
Oh, it's actually mad. Can you imagine if we? No, that's just crazy. That's just too much. There's no.
Nah,
way.
he's probably thinking right now, just with a tissue to his head, going, tapping the sweat, going, thank God I'm not in there anymore, man. I can't bear that.
Oh, let the adults talk, says Nicholas Nielsen in the chat. That's a good one. That was more classy than me just saying that Todd Bowley's breaking shins under the table. Oh, Harry Maguire will not leave Man United. That's good news, everybody. The Chelsea
great
news is
news.
getting better and better by the day. We need Maguire to stay at Manchester United just in case Todd Bowley gets excited and wants to bring him to Chelsea. Now, he can't do it because he's staying at United.
Wow. So they really flew to Portugal. Mad. I'd love to be on that plane, man. Can you imagine the vibe?
Bro, what are they saying? They're saying conversations were positive. Well, what does this mean? Like, you didn't kill one another? Like, we haven't got time for good, nice chats, all right? We either get the man or we don't get the man.
People are still putting screenshots on the TL. Like, you see, look, Joe Shields follows Enzo. I'm like, it's deadline day.
We got to take every little thing we can. I mean, why don't we start messaging Enzo now? Just be like, oi, bruv, just put another word in, will ya? You never know, mate. He's probably on his phone too. Like, he's not allowed in the room.
I was just going to
There's
say...
only Rui and Egbali and Todd Bowley in there. Enzo ain't got to say, mate. He's on his phone. He's checking it out.
I was going to say, where is Enzo in all this? No one's spoken about Enzo. Like, is he at Lisbon Airport or something? Like, just waiting? Like, what's his input? How's he feeling?
He's probably in a nice leather-seated 7-seater by himself right now. And he's going from seat to seat playing musical chairs, listening to Blue Day, Blue is the Colour, The Liquidator. He's got all of these things running around in his head. And as soon as that meeting room door opens and our man Rui steps out, he's going to call him and be like, bruv, can you stop playing games? It's time. He's packing his bag, says Shaq.
You think? Do you think he's in that 7-seater just practicing how to sing Liquidator, going, "We hate Tottenham"? Chelsea.
I hope not, because I still think we should have got rid of that.
I agree completely. It's just this. It's always there now, isn't it? It's become.
I
Part
have
of the fabric.
done it myself. I have sung it myself in the stadium. I must say, I'm not going to pretend that
me
I'm
too.
some saint, but because I do hate them, it's true. I despise them. But we should get rid of that. But that's a conversation for another day. It was Enzo till we die. We will die on this hill.
We will die here, the three of us.
There's probably people thinking like, why is it so important that we get Enzo? Like, if they're not convinced, please go and see this man's statistics and watch some of his games. Like, his long-range passing is actually freakish. I don't think we've actually had someone with this kind of vision since Cesc Fabregas. Remember when we had Fabregas and Matic? And Fabregas used to just ping it into Costa all the time. And now we've never had that partner. Like, people talk about losing Matic, and obviously we never replaced him as like a physical presence in the midfield. But we also never replaced Fabregas. We never replaced anyone who would actually have the vision and then the ability to look up, see a run, play a pass, and have that sort of link up with a striker. And now we've seen so many strikers come through the club and their runs are not being spotted. Even Felix tried to play a 1-2 in his game and the run's not spotted, it's not played. It's just too frustrating now with the forwards. I just need someone who can play the ball in behind. It's just finally.
And that's the good thing about him is even if it doesn't come off, like the majority of them do, but at the same time, he's trying it all the time. And he's not predictable. Like the way that we pass the ball around in the midfield from the defence, Like, no wonder we don't get shots in. No wonder we're crossing to nobody or not crossing at all, because there's no one to, like, pull the rabbit out of the hat and try something different, and that's exactly what he does game by game.
Yeah, 100%.
We've got
Okay,
the
go
feeling during the day at Chelsea yesterday was positive. At night, not so much. In the morning today, not so much. But they are trying and not giving up on Enzo. That's Fabrizio's latest on his stream, I'm guessing.
Oh, shout out to all of you, man, in this stream, though. Like, we're just regurgitating and opinionating it, but this guy don't sleep, man. Like, he's actually just off his tits, isn't he, really? Let's be real.
I thought so.
No, you got
like,
admire.
I wonder what Enzo's doing, like you said, because he already tried to force a move by like skipping training and everything, and then he went and had a masterclass, kissed the badge, and was like, "Yeah, I'm obviously staying." And then we come back in again, and he's like, "All right, I want to leave again." It's like your ex just constantly toying with your emotions, and you're just like, "It's toxic right now, but I'm gonna try for the second time to make this work." That's basically what we're doing with Enzo. It's proper toxic behavior. We are a toxic.
I'll tell you what
club.
the best thing would be right now is if we were doing like a Netflix or an Amazon doc right now, and the whole thing was recorded, like the day by day, like when we're talking about like positive feelings today. Imagine if we actually got to see this in like 6 months' time, and it was, you know, like you see everybody stressing, you hear what they have to say about Rui Costa, unfiltered, unblurred. Like, being a fly on the wall would just be so good.
That would be incredible. It'll be a mad insight into how it goes down at the top level.
I don't understand what to take. Do you know what I think? I think one way or another we're going to find out in the next 2 hours.
Surely.
Like, what can they possibly still be discussing now? If it's just the three of them in a room, like, you got to narrow down, like, as Eunice would say, sorry to steal it, the nitty-gritty. You got to get rid of the nitty-gritty, and then you've got to just be like, these are the geezers that make the decisions. These are the ones who make the final call. Like, what meeting can they be having now? Like, is it Turkish tea that we're going to try next? Are we going for V60 coffee? Like, what else?
Stick some
haven't we
baklava
got?
in there.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
No, honestly, I think we got to get this done by 6 p.m. our time, around there,
Yeah.
because then it means having to fly him over, get everything done, medical in, everything before 11, paperwork through.
yeah, paperwork. Yeah,
That's going to take.
True.
I mean, he's still in Portugal, so at least if he was here, we could just,
But
one phone call,
can't
boom.
Can't we do a medical in Portugal? Like, does it have to be?
We could,
yeah.
but it depends, isn't
I
it?
mean-
If he's going to come over here and be our player now or later, I'm guessing.
I mean, they flew over on a jet, used the same jet with the fuel to fly Enzo over to London while Rui Costa's not looking. All right, that's the first thing. And then
True.
have him meet everyone at Cobham. You know, get to know, make friends. You know, try on the kit. You know, do some jumping jacks and at Cobham and whatnot. And then just say to Rui Costa, listen, we have your precious.
That's actually a good idea. We could call up like all of the private jet companies in Lisbon and be like, has anyone with an Amex that goes by the name of Enzo Fernandez just giving you a buzz today for like an emergency plane to London? And at least then we know that he's at least trying. Medical ain't an issue.
No, just stick him on a treadmill and just say he's passed. That's it.
Who was the YouTuber that did the footballers medical? Like they did like the Premier League signings medical. It was so cool. I can't remember who it was. But it was such a cool video.
Was it Spencer? Was it
It
Spencer?
might have been Spencer. I think it was either Spencer or Kieran Brown, the freestyler. I think.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and there was also there was Jamie Carragher going through a medical, obviously after retirement, but he took camera crew in just to give an insight into how it actually goes down. There was that too.
I'm getting rinsed in Portuguese, and I don't know what any of these tweets mean.
Bro, you better be careful on Twitter now, man. I'm making
Yeah.
friends with the Portuguese, bro. I took a different style, so I'm still wearing my all black kind of Diego Simeone ruthless suit. But I also
Bro,
then
this is another reason why I'm desperate to get the camera on for you right now, because this outfit is deadline day, bro. This is the one. You guys can't see it. Matisse is wearing some fire
Matisse
drip.
is flipping Jim
wearing
White
all-
reincarnated.
I'm wearing all black now. But as the hours pass, I'm gonna become like a lot nicer, and I'm gonna like wear a blue shirt and a blue blazer and try and soften them up. These are just two different outfits for the different tactics. Right now, we're still feeling ruthless, and then later on I'm gonna become desperate and I'm just gonna just like dress a different way.
I rate it so highly. Apparently, the medical team are already in Portugal, according to Sky Sports. So the medical will probably be done in Portugal. This is another crazy thing to think about, though, right? Like, Chelsea are being so bullish here with trying to get this done, but at the same time, there is a club selling their best player during a title race with probably their best chance in a long time to go as far as they've been in many years in the Champions League. And we're just here like, why is Rui Costa such an idiot?
That's literally what I said on Twitter. I was like, as much as we're like really annoyed right now, we're obviously really desperate to get this done. From Benfica's side, we have to like see where they're coming from. They've literally just bought this player in the summer for 6 months ago. They're in a title race. They're top of the league. They didn't win it last year. That was Porto. They didn't finish second. That was Sporting. They got Champions League against Club Brugge. Every single Champions League round that you go through, you get prize money. So when we're talking about difference between 105 million and potentially 80 million in the summer from Real Madrid or Man City, cool, that's a 25 million difference. But if you're going to take into account how much stronger they are with Enzo and without, they might see him as the needle mover for an extra round in the Champions League or to make sure they guarantee the league. And if that is the case, then that prize money that they're going to get for accomplishing those things is going to make the difference a little bit slimmer. And then if you're talking about 10, 15 million difference, say, if I was a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't take 10, 15 million difference over winning a league title. Do you know what I mean? So Villarreal got to the semi-finals of the Champions League last year. Real Madrid have been looking poor. I've been watching them. Liverpool look poor. PSG just drew at the weekend. You know, a lot of the big teams don't look great. So if Napoli and Benfica feel like they can pull off a shock and get far in the Champions League and get some money, they're going to try and keep their best players. So I can understand where they're coming from. You know, it's not as black and white as to just say, oh, we've got money and we deserve this and that. Like, they've made their stance pretty clear the whole time.
It's true, and I think that's why if we don't get the man, I think we can't really be surprised. Like, it's black and white. A spade is a spade, and unfortunately, we've been trying to call it a hoe.
Yeah,
By
literally.
offering the wrong money.
There's there's two things. Firstly, there's an update from that Gaston Edu Argentinian.
Oh, he's been pretty good,
journalist.
isn't he?
He's been he's been quality. He's saying that Chelsea are insisting on Enzo. Benfica are continue to not let up. We want Enzo, but it's for the clause or nothing. 120 million in one payment. Chelsea are insisting.
Oh,
So
what are they going to do at this rate? We're trespassing on private property. They've got to just kick Todd and Egbali out the room.
well, no, this is the thing. Because a few minutes ago we were saying how it's now just the three of them, right? It's Todd, it's Egbali, and it's Roy Costa. So what was it before? Were Chelsea negotiating with Win Stanley and with Vival? Were the owners actually involved up until this point, or have they only just come in?
I saw earlier that Egbali was in London, but I can't remember who that was. I thought that was Matt Law who said that, but maybe I'm totally wrong and I just read that fast and didn't get the correct information.
Because for me, here's the thing. I'd like to read the situation, and obviously maybe I'm a bit biased, but I'd like to read the situation and think if Bowley and Egbali have only just come into it, then that's a good thing. Because now they can actually close the deal properly. They've got the power to do so. So that could be a game changer for us.
I think
like to
Benfica
hope.
are willing to sell. I don't think it's as simple and as black and white as people are saying about, like, Rui Costa's an idiot. He's going to say no, and he's like dragging Chelsea on a rod, you know. But at the same time, I do think there's got to be something in this. We know that you could spend the money. We could go out there now and just pay the release clause. We don't want to because of the repercussions and the dipping and diving we'd have to do to try and kind of resolve the expenditure problem that would come from that. But like, how long will it have to go until the end, until we actually just pay it? Go on, Eunice.
This is the thing. In terms of prep, Simon Phillips has come out and said Chelsea have a deal sheet ready with an extension cleared for after the deadline just in case. So that's ready. They've now offered 2 to 3 installments for payment rather than 6. So that's ready. The announcements were prepped last night, so everything's ready. The deal's just not done yet.
Oh, Rui, bruv. Like, I do
Everything's
like
ready.
streaming and I do like chatting with the boys, but I also do want to make an excitable video saying welcome to Chelsea, Enzo. So Rui Costa is just out here just giving everyone a roller coaster ride, isn't he?
basically.
Yeah. Somebody
He's-
just tweeted something hilarious. They were like Paul Winstanley and Christopher Bell are coming off, and Todd Bowie and Egg Valley are coming on. Substitutions being made. They got like the substitution board ready to holding up.
That's
Brilliant.
so funny.
Oh goodness.
This guy
Oh,
keeps on
man.
donating because he's obsessed with Angry Rant Man, saying he's just landed in Lisbon. He says this negotiation is shambolic. Well, I think that's going to change a lot, mate. I think this could swing it in Chelsea's favour massively. But thank you very much for the consistent donations. I hope your bank card doesn't freeze. For your benefit, of course, not for mine. I'm not that greedy. Jesus. Ugh. It'd be such a shame if you were donating for me just to talk about Angry Rant Man and then like you go and buy a sandwich and you can't. It's been blocked.
Oh crap! I'll just eat plain pasta tonight.
Yeah, save the sauce for Twitter and the stream. Top G. Top G.
Oh man, this is so stressful. Honestly.
Bro, honestly, I don't know where to look. I'm like looking at you guys, I'm reading the chat, I've just like
Same,
breaking my
literally, I'm doing the
mouse,
same
like
thing.
looking at the home Twitter feed, just refreshing. My phone keeps like pinging up, and I think it's a new notification, but it's actually just like another journalist who I've got on notifications rehashing something that's already been said. I'm like, can you lot please just give us something?
Yeah.
Man
The
United,
thing is
some
that-
Man United fans are so excited about Sabitzer. I don't understand this.
Oh, they're just desperate because
They're
they've
just
not got any
desperate,
midfielders
it's
now except for Casemiro.
Yeah, Eriksen's out
Yeah.
for the season pretty much now.
Basically, yeah, 2-3 months.
5 months,
isn't
isn't it? Yeah.
5?
Something I said-
Oh,
Saeed was saying 5 months. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. So it's so stressful because like everybody's got their own things that they need to sort out, and some clubs are just avoiding the transfer window completely. Like Man City, who got rid of Cancelo yesterday, they clearly need a left back. They're just like, you know what, we don't have the facilities, or we haven't found one, so we're just gonna just leave it. Man United financially are a little bit in the ruins. Liverpool need a midfielder, and they're just not going for anyone. Like everybody
they're
needs
not
someone.
moving.
Some
Yeah.
people just, we ain't got the money, or they've just given up. They're like, yo, this is it, we're done. Oh.
Yeah. It
And
is
here
pretty
we are
hectic.
trying to buy everybody.
If we did get this
Right.
done, though, for me, this is the greatest transfer window of our history.
You'd be mad.
But surely it's still got to be the best one, even if we don't get this done. But then with Jorginho going, that probably means that we've kind of not been smart about it. We've just, yeah. So would you say that if we do get Enzo, it is the best window we've ever had, and if we don't, that it's not?
I think maybe, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think about the first window we had under Roman, and
Yeah,
obviously
that's the
we done a
benchmark.
madness. That's the benchmark. So like, I feel like Enzo would have to get done for it to be the best one, because then we've secured a right back, a midfielder, 2 new wingers, a playmaker on loan, plus like 3 or 4 young players as well, like Andre Santos, Fofana, etc. Nkuku's coming as well. People forget about him. Nkuku's coming in the
Yep.
summer. That's done.
That's so exciting too, isn't it?
We
Because
don't-
he's such a boss, man.
Yeah, we've had a great window, literally, regardless. But obviously, I think the thing with Enzo for me is that if we don't get it done now, I don't think we'll get him in the summer, because I do think we might lose out to Real Madrid or Man City.
Yeah.
And then
Imagine that
it's
Madrid
just,
midfield.
oh man, it would be like Enzo, Tchouameni, Camavinga, and Valverde. You know, with the next ones up.
Oh no! Thank goodness we're not in the Champions League.
Yeah. Oh.
Imagine.
That's one way to look at it. Thank God we don't have to play them.
Mate, I'm here for the optimism, bro. Like, I'm down for this. Like, Conference League as well. Like, I was getting rinsed yesterday by Boovy on the Last Fan Standing show, and I'm like, bro, don't come talking to me about Chelsea being in the Conference League. That's going to be yet another European trophy that we're going to win that you haven't, and you got none. Like, I don't mind.
In a sec, boys.
I
I'm
would-
just getting a call. I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. I would much rather go into the Conference League as a fan, because some of the games that you'll get to go to, like, I don't know, do you remember Skonto Riga? I think Chelsea played them in like 1999 in Latvia. Like, imagine some of those trips. Like, the Europa League was fun. Like, we had Budapest in there, I think. Went
No,
there.
the Conference League would be even deeper, wouldn't it? You'd end up in like Uzbekistan or
You would be in the
Belarus.
trenches of Europe, for sure. Guys,
yeah.
apparently Jorginho has just been officially announced on Sky Sports. Sky Sports, they're bloody quick, aren't they, these lot? They get their news out fast, the old Sky Sports. I had no idea Jorginho had signed.
Sky Sports saying Enzo's preparing for a medical in Portugal.
Oh my goodness gracious me! Oh, I'm getting so excited. I'm gonna train my face. I'm gonna massage my cheeks so that we can contort. We can do crazy things, bro. I'm just so excited, man. Like I love
Man.
Enzo Fernandez. Watching that final in the World Cup, I'm like, I just think this player's so good. Like, imagine if we actually went for him, and then like we have Christmas, that was very nice. Boxing Day, beautiful, all that jazz, and then all of a sudden, like, we actually want to sign him. Sky Sports Premier League. Chelsea are preparing to give Enzo Fernandez his medical in Portugal.
Yep.
But again, this kind of just goes hand in hand with all the stuff we've just known like 6 minutes ago, where it's like, okay, we've got everything ready. We're going for an extension, but we're still just like prodding at Rui Costa and hoping that after a while... Oh! Simon Phillips tweeted the same thing. God, I keep getting caught out here. But it's like, we're just hoping that we can prod him hard enough to just be like, okay, go on then. Like, if we had to like dumb this down, this whole situation down, it's like, oh, fine. I'll play bat and ball with you on the beach. Go on. Like when you're annoying your parents on a family holiday. Like, it feels like that at this point.
No, it does.
Jorginho's Instagram, what's he done? Oh, he's with his agent in front of a green screen. His agent's wearing a blue suit jacket.
Bloody hell.
You can't write this stuff. His buttons
typical,
look
innit?
atrocious.
Typical.
To be fair, I'm actually glad. This is one of the positives of getting rid of Jorginho, by the way, everybody. His agent is nothing shy of an idiot.
Oh, mate,
Like-
his agent's been pissing me off for about 2 years.
He is. He's a numped. An absolute numpty. Oh, I've just accidentally closed TweetDeck. Hang on, let me get this back up together. This would be so cool if we're all on stream and we get to see this all together.
Oh, that would be insane. If we get like a proper confirmation, we're all together on it. That would be monumental.
I'm going to make a prediction now. I think within the next 90 minutes from this moment here, which is midnight, almost, we are 6 minutes away from midnight, which is 4 p.m. We've got to keep an eye on those hours, those half hours. Blimey,
It's tense.
O'Reilly. It's so
I
tense.
agree. I agree, though. I think it will take about that long as well. Within that time, I'd be shocked. If we don't hear anything after that, then I'll start to think the whole thing's just collapsing.
Yeah, it's a one way or another, I think. And
Yeah.
I think the biggest information that we've got is that it was 3 people in a room. I think that is the most important. Because like, if you dissect the wording of a lot of these reports, it's just regurgitation with different Lexis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Roy Costa now, I'd like to think, is under pressure because he's on his own and he's got 2 ahead of him. You know?
Exactly. Okay, Mr. Matisse is back. Ladies and gentlemen, get their cams on. This one guy is obsessed with seeing you guys' faces. Okay, listen to me. I've been trying, alright? It's not like I don't want their faces on it. I do. But for whatever reason, it just comes up with a black box. Like, I'll try... I'm not even going to try again. Okay, I'll try again. I'll try again. You know what? You're triggering me here, you little rascals. Okay. Hang on. I'll give this another go. Okay, now Eunice is gone. He's probably gone to sign Enzo Fernandez for us. Okay, let me try again. Bro, I'm actually so excited. No, it's just a black box. Guys, I'm sorry. I can't get their faces on. I'll need to figure out a way to do it in the future because we'll probably sign Moises Caicedo as well. So maybe we go live again later.
Yeah.
Maybe we also sign Rafael Leao because apparently his contract negotiations with AC Milan have crumbled today. They have collapsed.
Oh, but AC did put out an official statement saying that the rumours are false.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they would. They're Italians.
They
They're an
would.
Italian football club. All they ever seem to get involved with at the moment is fraud. I reckon they're lying. I reckon they're going to get a point deduction. I think that all of this is just to save face in the media because Italian football is officially crumbling.
But also, even today, because I was doing a live at like 10 a.m. UK time, and I think Benfica put out negative briefings on the deal for us because there was a lot of panic in the morning because they were saying that the deal looks like it's going to be off or we're not going to get it done. Which obviously, again, like, listen, we're going to put this negativity out there to the table whenever we have our meeting with some serious things. They will put it around. I think sometimes the clubs do push out now.
Wait, I can't hear you guys.
You what, mate?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Like, it kept cutting off, and then I kept seeing Eunice like Your facial expressions just change dramatically, looking to a different side. People are starting to say, here we go. This is going to be like the goals, like when you do a watch along and then everyone's like, goal. Yeah, that was funny about 24 years ago before streaming existed. It's not funny anymore. Enzo's not leaving. We got some Portuguesers in the chat. I love your optimism, mate. You can post as many eagles, red and white circles as you like, mate. But I've got a funny feeling you could potentially be wrong. I think you might go. Dana White's telling us that Fabrizio said, here we go. I'll fight you, mate. I'll give you a flipping...
I was about to say, Dana White, what? Yeah.
You can always trust Dan McCarthy, Macasport, to come with us with the real talk. Be careful of the wording. He isn't doing his medical yet. Chelsea and staff are prepped to do it in Portugal. Sorry, Dan. We're still going to get hyped, though. I'm sorry. Love you. But we are getting hyped, okay?
Again, some things are not news and some things are news. That's one of those things where it's not really news because, of course, they're prepped to do the medical if they want the player. But they'll just put it out there.
Oh shit, we forgot the treadmill.
Do you know what I mean? Everybody's just literally kind of putting out stuff that keep everybody entertained and excited when really it's not even information. So yesterday came out and I was doing another stream that wasn't based on Enzo, and my chat just started going crazy, and I was like, "What's wrong with you guys? Why are you so excited?" And then they were all like, "Oh yeah, the report just came out that Enzo still wants to join us." I was like, wow.
I've just got to read out a couple donations. Big up Eunice, plus this is Bowley's business acumen versus Rui's thick-headedness. I rate that from you. And then we've just had another compliment that this is currently the best deadline day stream so far because of you guys and me. Top G's, thank you very much. Big up to the donators in the chat. Thank you very much. Enzo overhyped. Look, I'm going to block you in a minute. If you say, we don't need this energy, what are you talking about overhyped? Imagine just not being excited about a transfer because you're worried it's overhyped. Piss off, mate.
You know what's mad though?
It's just
Chelsea
rubbish.
look like they've moved mountains to try and get this done. I mean, the owners are in the room with Rui Costa. We've got medical teams in place, announcements in place, everything's in place. People have gone to Portugal to get this done.
Guys, we got another update from Jorge das Transferencias. I guess that means George the transfer man. Chelsea will pay Enzo's 120 million clause after being rejected several times by Rui Costa. The English got tired of playing and will advance with 120 million. Benfica had no chance. This was from a minute ago.
Oh my goodness. Who is this geezer?
I don't know, mate, but I like the sound of him. He might be an absolute just truffle fluffer, but I'm going to roll with that for now.
He's got 50 euros in his bio, so I don't know.
It was from a couple of minutes ago. We have got a couple hundred likes. We've got a couple of quote retweets. No, we've got 53 retweets and 56 quote tweets. To be honest, a lot of the Portuguese / Argentinian Spanish reporting so far has actually been pretty good and pretty quick.
Mad. This is so
I almost overpoured my water then. That would have been an electronic disaster. Set fire to my room before he's even signed.
Also, on a quick side though, on a quick diversion, Matisse might know what's coming in. Liverpool are close to finalising the signing of Natasha Dowie on loan from Reading. Go on, Liverpool.
Women's team, yeah?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for them. Come on. Oh my days. I actually know someone that plays for the women's team. She grew up in the same town as me.
What? No. Chelsea women?
No, the Liverpool women.
Oh.
Leanne Kinnan, she's Irish. I think she's a striker.
Liverpool.
We hate.
She might be your mate, but I don't like Liverpool. Oh, come on! Just someone tweet something. I want to be.
This is getting mad for George, fam. He's gonna have to stay up so late, bro. This might break when you're sleeping. What's your latest time?
Well, the
Did you
problem
say 1:45?
I think 1:45 because I got to go and pick the missus up from work, and she didn't take a bike, so I have to go and get her. Or I can arrange her a car, but personally, I don't really want her to get a car at 2 o'clock in the morning with just some random guy driving her because there's a lot of dodgy shit going on here.
That's good.
But if it's for Big Enzo, we might have to just suffer it and do it for the boys. So we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. We've got over 4,000 people in the stream right now. That's the most I've had, I think, maybe ever on YouTube since the Twitch days. So shout out to you lot watching right now. We are hoping that we can bring you some Football Daily breaking news. Chelsea officials are in Portugal to finalise a move for Enzo Fernandez. Breaking news, guys. That is apparently
to them. We've known that for about an hour and a half.
We've known that for about a month and a half, mate. We knew that since the moment that Enzo Fernandez played a through ball in a World Cup final. Anyone who ever does I'm surprised we've not bid for Mitoma yet as well.
Why? Because
at least 200, bro. At least 250 million. I'm surprised we've not gone in.
Just pay and don't speak.
Someone said Chelsea HQ put Roy Costa's going to demand a fee for us to use the medical facility or something. Watch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, imagine if that actually happened. We'll let you do the medical here. Add another 100 million.
That's probably what the sixth installment was. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm actually starting to feel it in my stomach, like genuinely unwell. Like this is really stressing me out now. Come on, hurry up and do this.
Innit? It actually is. Straight swap deal for Enzo and Bakayoko. Imagine all of a sudden if Rui Costa was just like, "Now we'll take 100 million and Bakayoko." That would be
yes, please.
That would be sensational. Ruben Loftus-Cheek apparently might be someone that is turned to by Newcastle now. What do you reckon we could get for Ruben? If there was a price, what would the price be? What would you be happy with accepting if you were, as a Chelsea fan, looking at Chelsea's situation? What would you sell Ruben Loftus-Cheek for?
I'd be happy for 25.
25. I think, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I think around 20. Because do you know what? Because of his wages, he's on 150k. So we'd have to take less. You see, Gallagher's really marketable or he's very much like more attainable because his wages are lower. Whereas when you take a look at someone like Loftus-Cheek on 150k, you'd have to take a hit on that financially. You're going to have to lose a bit of the transfer fee to cover the wages. That's all that's what the buying club, probably mid-table in the Premier League max, are going to be looking at.
True. Guys, we've just got another poll going out in the chat. I want to know if you're hyped. And if you don't vote, then you're not hyped. That's your problem, not mine.
I have to say as well, with this whole deal, like normally I get quite pessimistic when it comes to this stage. And I start to think, nah, it's not happening. But I don't know why. This whole way through, I've just felt, no, don't worry, stick it through, it's going to happen. Because I look at it from Roy Costa's perspective. He wants this all in one lump sum. They bought Fernandez for how much last year? Like 13 million or something. And then they get to sell him for the amount of the release clause, but just maybe in a couple of installments. Surely if it gets down to the wire, Roy Costa's not going to turn that down. I'd like to think he's just playing with a poker face right now and he's bluffing.
I'd love to get Rui Costa's number and give him a buzz, mate.
Oi, Roy, what are you saying, mate?
Oh, my fingers, like I've got like this twitch. I'm gonna put it up to the camera. Like there's like I'm faking it now, but like there's like a genuine like little movement on my index finger from constantly clicking. Not even an exaggeration.
Going on. I feel like something's gonna break, but I don't know when.
Bro, I got a feeling it's coming, bro. 51 minutes away. I reckon we're close.
Me too.
51 minutes to be exact.
And 25 seconds.
I'm just throwing out all of these random numbers so that people in the chat genuinely believe I'm a genius if in 51 minutes time it comes out. That's what I did when we were talking about like the Werner and Havertz. I was like, you know what, screw it. If we don't sign them, I don't care that people think I'm stupid because I put we will sign Kai Havertz when it was like virtually impossible for us to do it. I was like, I'll just make a video about it. And then like when we signed him, everyone was hashing it up. I'm like, you do know like I'm not actually that smart. It was just like, why not? Like I don't care if I get it wrong.
No, ride the wave. You knew what was happening.
That's why I love being a YouTuber. Not a journalist. Being a journalist
we got it
is way too
so
stressful.
easy, man. We get to just like give our opinions on their hours upon hours of work. Shout out the journalists. This is a round of applause from me to you.
Absolutely, yeah. They put their necks on the line for us.
They do. Oh,
Such a stressful
I want
day
to
for them.
ruin Rui's day. That's what I want to do. 7 hours plus 2 hours to go. CFC Daily just tweeted that. So the extension that we apparently have already pre-agreed, is that the plus 2 hours?
I'd like to think so. Or no, we've got the paperwork in place for an extension. Like everything's ready, just in case.
Right, okay. Someone's just told me I need to hit up Sandbar. It's basically like this grotty bar that everyone goes to for like £1 beers, and it goes on till about 5 in the morning, and it's pretty much just a load of people shagging on the beach by the end of the night. I'm not going there, regardless of whether we get Enzo or not. Okay, I doubt you'll ever see me there if you live in Bali. I hope you don't see me there ever.
There'll just be loads of couples around the new with a picture of Enzo.
Oh, bro, if Enzo wanted to go, I'd take him. I'd show him about. But I reckon he's got more important things to do. He's got to find a treadmill. Oh, you always see me at Sandbar. No, you don't. I'm just seeing like little Bali nuance things I'm having to respond to because I don't know if this guy's going to break into my gaff in 5 minutes. Okay. People are saying that things are breaking. I'm like, who do you follow, guys? If you actually have genuine good sources that maybe none of us three know about, please inform me. What about in the summer then? Like, I'm sure you guys have seen the truly ridiculous goal scored by Victor Osimhen the other night for Napoli.
Yes,
I've seen a lot of people
unbelievable.
Is there any way that Chelsea can actually go out and spend another £100 million on a player, like in the summer?
They probably could, depending on sales. But with him, I would say that's another difficult one because Napoli are very tough negotiators.
Yeah.
Very
Lads,
difficult.
very quickly, I will jump back on. Couple of minutes, right? I'll be back.
Same. I'm actually hopping off in like 5 minutes just because I'm gonna be Rio Ferdinand. It's gonna be a big one here.
Oi, we appreciate you coming on here for sure.
I'm coming back. No, I'm coming back. I'm coming back straight after. I only just got this call like literally 5 minutes ago.
Oh, nice. Okay, sick.
Yeah, so
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Well,
come
you
back.
do you, bro. More
I'm
than
looking
welcome.
forward to it.
That's quality. No,
Yeah.
it's for me. Just a couple of minutes. I'll be back on.
Sweet.
All right.
What time have you got to go, Matisse? Because all of a sudden I'm going to be having to entertain by myself. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Now that I've established that we can do
Bro,
these
I'm actually
calls.
starting to get mad, like stressed about this Enzo deal. Like literally, I didn't get a
Right.
glass of water. No, I'm gonna
me.
go. I'm gonna go now, and then I'm gonna literally come back in probably like 15 minutes. Are you gonna still be live, do you think?
Yeah. I'm going to be live for at least another hour and a half.
All right, cool. I'll be back, bro. I'll be back.
Yeah.
We're gonna be stressed together.
All right, join the call straight back in whenever you're ready, mate. Or I might have to call you guys up, but I'll keep the Discord open. All right, I've got this. They're bigging me up in the chat. We got this.
Yes, man.
This is a temporary break, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be reading the chat. I'll be communicating with you lot for a little bit of time. We've got the poll. The last poll said, anyone hyped? And 13% of you are currently struggling. I don't know what's wrong with you. I can recommend... What have I got here that you might like? I've got Red Bull, empty can. That might hype you up. These things, by the way, you can get these in England. You get these everywhere. These are vitamin C tablets. You put them in your water, and it's good for you. Thank you very much, Ian, for the donation. Cheers, lads, for being our eyes on Twitter, sitting at work and can't be refreshing every 2 minutes like a madman. Great service. Well, we are glad to assist you, sir. The boys, Matisse and Eunice, will be back in a moment. Matisse has just got to go and have a call with Rio Ferdinand, which is quite cool. Very cool, in fact, from what I understand. And then Eunice is going to be back in a couple of minutes as well. So, yeah, I didn't know we can do these. Next time we do a stream and I get people on, I will absolutely try and get multiple cameras all tied up because I tried to do it now, but it didn't work for whatever reason. Best signing of the transfer window. Thank you, Lando, for the donation. The best signing of the window will be Enzo Fernandez if we manage to get this deal done. So far, though, I would say Mudryk because it's kind of the exciting one, and I really do think he's going to be a sensational player for us. But so far, Badiashil's been the best signing we've made so far because he's got 2 clean sheets in 2 games, and he looks very, very comfortable. Thank you, Sebastian, for... Pardon me. Thank you for the donation. Fabrizio Romano loves Chelsea, doesn't he? I mean, yeah, the guy is making a serious living off of Chelsea going through and trying to buy all of these players. Simon Johnson's just made a very good point on Twitter saying a lot's been said and written about Enzo Fernandez and CFC all month, and yet it's all coming down to the final hours. I think it's been like a game of chess, to be honest. If we're to sum everything up, I think it's been about Chelsea have made it clear that they want the player. Benfica have made it clear that they have a specific price. They know that Chelsea are desperate for a midfielder, so they've been able to drag Chelsea on and on and on and on. And at this point now, I think the pressure that's been put on Rui Costa, who's the inevitable decision maker at Benfica, the pressure that's been put on him to make this decision to sell Enzo Fernandez fundamentally, because Chelsea have offered so much money. And Benfica won't be able to get this kind of fee again. If they're selling Enzo in the summer, they're not going to get 120 million plus euros. They're going to probably get something more like 75. Oh, blimey. Sorry, guys, that was a giant sneeze. Thank you, Lando, for yet another donation. The worst signing of the transfer window. To be honest, we've not made any bad signings. I want to answer your question because, quite frankly, you've asked it and you've donated money to me. But you didn't specify Chelsea. So I'm going to say the worst signing is Cody Gakpo. Let me know who you think is the worst signing. Let me do a Q&A. Anyone hyped? Okay, 2,100 of you, 86% of you are hyped. So we're going to end that poll and start a Q&A. Worst Premier League transfer this January. If you want to get involved with the Q&A, there is now a Q&A about the worst signing this January. Thank you very much for all of the blessings, everybody who blessed me for my sneeze. It's very, very kind of you. I'm going to leave that one running for a minute, and then I'll check the answers in a second. I'm seeing a lot of people go absolutely crazy with the hate for Benfica. I think what we said with the boys earlier about it being, we've got to remember Benfica's position as well. Like, they're in the Champions League. They're playing against Club Brugge. Club Brugge have now got Scott Parker, a man who was beaten 9-0 earlier this season. You know, Benfica have got a very good chance of making it to the last 8 of the Champions League. And then after that, if you get like a Tottenham or an AC Milan, like, there's no reason why Benfica can't make it to the semi-finals. And if they've got Enzo Fernandez in the team, that is actually possible, because if you watch Benfica play, Enzo is a key player. And they're playing some very, very good stuff. Will we go for Vlahovic? Well, apparently Chelsea... Well, Vlahovic isn't that happy right now. I just think Chelsea might go for a striker. I think João Felix apparently is super happy at Chelsea, which doesn't surprise me, even though he's only played 60 minutes and got sent off. But at the same time, I certainly think... what was I going to say? I'm just waiting, seeing if the guys are messaging me back in the Discord. I think the striker would be good. I think if Kai Havertz leaves, then we might be looking at João Felix potentially to play a number 10 role, a bit like we're expecting Kai Havertz to do between now and the end of the season once João Felix is done with his suspension. So perhaps we can buy both João Felix, but then we got Christopher Nkunku coming in. Like, do Chelsea really need to go and buy Vlahovic? Do we really need to go for Osimhen? Like, I don't think we do. Is it hard to watch the games in Bali? It's just super late at night. Like, when there's an early kickoff, I'm gassed because it's 8:30 p.m., which is like an hour and a half after sunset. Get a bit of dinner, go and have a couple of drinks, whatever. But at the same time, like, the Champions League games is 4 a.m. Like, what do? Do I go out and then stay awake until the sun rises in the morning? Or do I go to bed early and wake up and then hardly get any sleep that night? Do you know what I mean? What are we saying, guys? What is the energy currently saying? Is Enzo going to sign? I've just got a funny feeling that it might. I'm taking a little look. So the tweet that we referenced not too long ago now, from the Portuguese source saying Chelsea will pay Enzo's clause, being rejected several times, blah, blah, blah. He got tired of playing and will advance with the money. Benfica had no chance. Yeah, the power, it's a weird one because the power is with Benfica in the sense of they can reject whatever they want, and it's basically just the word of Rui Costa and Benfica saying, if you pay the release clause or offer the release clause, we'll sell the man, we'll give you the player. We're kind of relying on Benfica still to not be assholes. Like, I think there is a lot of psychology involved in this too, but I think the main thing is they want to keep the player, you know, there's still money to be had. And for Benfica, they're looking at potential Champions League runs. Like, they're likely to get to the quarterfinals at least, which is worth like another 20 million, 25 million. So then they're looking at what we're selling Enzo for now compared to what we could sell it for in the summer. And then, you know, there's so many different financial elements to weigh up from a Benfica perspective. I think that's, at the moment, I'm 100% guilty of this as well. Like, we're being kind of greedy and selfish in the way that we're anticipating this signing or not signing Enzo Fernandez. But Benfica have got more than just being assholes as reasons to actually not sell him now. But I think they will. Let me see. How do I end? Okay, the Q&A. I've ended the Q&A. The Q&A thing just isn't as easy to go through as the as the polls are. The polls are super easy. Enzo is coming, no doubt. Another donation has just come in. Love from Toronto. Should Kai stay as a number 10 option? Yes, I think Kai Havertz should stay. I think Kai Havertz is a player who will benefit from having better players around him. And I think what the big problem has been at Chelsea is A, weakness in midfield, B, natural width has been few and far between. The kind of standard of player of a Mudryk, a player who can really stretch the game out to give Havertz more space and freedom in that number 10 role, I think is something that's significantly been a struggle. Okay, there's another tweet here. Oh, for goodness sake. Gaston Edul, who's been tweeting a lot about this whole situation. There is a meeting between clubs for Enzo Fernandez. He tweeted it 3 minutes ago. Some of these journalists really do need to catch up here, you know. If you're in the stream right now, guys, there's nearly 4,000 of you. There is 4,001 people in the stream. If you can hit the like button, that would be absolutely amazing. I can't believe actually how many people have been in this stream. There is some new news from Fabrizio Romano, but not to do with Chelsea. Vitinha to Marseille, deal signed, and here we go from Braga. Oh, here we go. I've got another t-shirt that isn't as sweaty as this one because it's bloody hot in here. I've got another t-shirt on the bed ready to record the video that I will post and make once everything is done. Once the here we go is here. I think it's coming. I really do think it's coming. I think it's as good as done once this meeting is concluded. The medical is not going to be an issue. The timing isn't an issue, I don't believe, as a result of the timing of the meeting. There's still 6.5 hours to go, if my calculations are correct, or 7.5 hours to go until the window is done. People are saying Sabitzer is linked. Sabitzer, I believe, has agreed personal terms with Manchester United. So that isn't an option right now. Here we go. Here we go. That is what we are waiting for. We're waiting for an Ornstein dagger. Or we are waiting for... Here we go. Message went back. As have to restart. Cool. I'm telling you what, guys. It is pretty sick having the guys on the stream. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so... People have said, check the CFC Daily's tweet. Thank you, Rico, for the donation. CFC Daily has said, just been sent to me in a DM, but a flight is scheduled to leave Lisbon to Farnborough at around 6 p.m. tonight. One was scheduled this morning, but never took off. So, maybe there is some truth behind this. So, if there was a flight supposed to be this morning, that would have been as a result of Chelsea believing that the night meeting negotiations were going to go well enough to be able to fly Enzo this morning so that we didn't have to rush everything now. there could be an element of truth in this. And obviously Farnborough is an airport, I think it's a private runway, close enough to Cobham, Chelsea and everything so that the medicals can be done at Cobham. And if it's at 6 p.m, that is in less than 2 hours' time. So negotiations at this rate, Chelsea must be believing that within the next hour, because obviously Enzo's going to have to go, passport control, do all of that stuff. I know it'll be a private jet, but there's still certain things that need to be done. I still think within the next hour, I'm going to say now, we will get this. Here we go. I really do. We've got 3 donations that I've got to go through here. Thank you, Sebastian, for the donation. He said, next season, 4231, Kepa, James Silva, Badia Shield, Chilwell, Enzo, Kova, Madueke, Felix, Mudryk, and Kunku. Join the call. All right. I think Matisse is back, or I think Eunice is back.
Hello.
Hello, Geezer. You right, mate?
Good, I'm good. Sorry for the break.
That's all right. Don't you worry about that. I'm just reading out a couple donations. Where does Mount fit into Chelsea's future? He's got a few chances left because I think he'll still be getting a few minutes in upcoming games. And hopefully... What do you think about Mount, Eunice, to be fair? Because, like, yeah, okay, he's having a poor season. He's been pretty awful recently. And because we've signed so many players, people are kind of just expecting him to be shunned out. But... do you still think he's going to have a big part to play for us or not?
I think he will, even by default. I just think he will. But the one thing I reckon that would help Mount, or what he needs, is to have big competition or standard or levels around him. You know, so when you're talking about getting players like Enzo, well, you've got Prime Kante, you've got other midfielders coming in that are going to, you know, take the entire caliber of Chelsea's midfield to another level. That's where Mount will get tested, and that's what I feel he needs in order to grow. Because the one thing that we realise is that it's almost like he's stagnated, and some would say he's declining. He's not been in form for quite some time. So I feel like for his own personal development, we know the one good thing about him, unlike other players that a lot of people are scared of, is whether they actually give a damn. You know he does.
Yeah.
He cares, and he's a top pro, and he works hard. He's serious. He's not one for taking the mick. He's proper, and you want that as a just from a mentality standpoint, from a professional standpoint, you want that. He has it, but it's just about his ability and consistency. And I think if he's got quality around him, that pushes him. So I feel like that's where we need to head. That's what we need to do for our sake and for his sake, and then we see what happens there. But that's where he needs to prove himself properly and see whether he can, you know, at his age, grow and become even better and stand out amongst really, really, really good players. Or is he going to stay at the level that he's at? I just feel like he needs that to find out. So I think he's definitely going to play a part, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think when you got, like, I was saying it when you guys went off the call, it's like, I think a lot of the players we brought in are, as much as people would like to think, oh, we're just scattergun and signing everybody, I think there's definitely a plan that Potter has probably explained in terms of the style, the way you want to play. And I think what Chelsea have been so poor with in the last sort of 18 months has been the way that we actually use the whole pitch. And that is not necessarily down to players' ability, but it's down to the type of player that we've had to be able to stretch a pitch, to be able to find a different kind of pass that isn't just the predictable, well, we can give it to Thiago Silva and hope he can split the lines, or Koulibaly and hope he splits the lines, or we just keep passing it side to side until there's a gap and then we make a cross. So I think what we've done is we've bought 2 wingers who love to hug the wing in Mudryk, Madueke. And then what that does is a player like Mount or a Havertz who could be playing behind the striker, if we're doing like a 4-2-3-1, which I think is a formation we should probably go with the personnel we're going to have. Like, that gives so much more freedom, and I think it's less pressure on Mount to have to be that guy to either make that final pass, which he's struggled to do because there's been no one to aim for, and at the same time, it's kind of like we've either had a sitting duck in Romelu Lukaku in the middle, or like a wooden stick in a way. Kai Havertz has kind of played a bit like a wooden stick sometimes, like the ball just bounces off of him. And I think with someone like Felix, partnered with a Mudryk, a Madueke, someone who's a bit more technical, has a bit more better control of the ball and is kind of excited to try and go past people. I feel like Havertz sometimes is reluctant to do so because it's not part of his natural game. Like, Mount and Havertz are not the kind of players who are supposed to be like doing Rabona's past people and flicking it around the back and doing all this stuff. Like, I think they're more linking players than that. But yeah, I think Mount is still going to have a big say. How many minutes is it? If anyone's still in the chat, how many minutes is it since I said 51 minutes? Thank you, Lando Legend, for the big donation. Can transfers still happen in the A-League because it's the 1st of February in Australia? I'm not going to lie, mate. I don't even know a single footballer who plays in the A-League in Australia. Like, I don't know. I can't. I'd love to be able to give you an answer because you have just thrown me $15, so thank you. But I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like,
Quick, Google one now.
you tell me, is there a chance that Enzo will go and play in Australia because he prefers spiders to Chelsea Football Club? I don't know. You tell me.
Is there any Australian team that has 120 million Australian dollars lingering about?
That is a good little trivia question for the chat. Is there an Australian football club, and I'm talking like soccer, that was American, but like, is there a football club worth 120 million euros in Australia? I don't know. That's not me taking the piss. That's a genuine question. There's been... Did you see the news about the plane that's scheduled? I've seen it.
I'm just reading that now, yeah. I mean, we're doing what Arsenal fans have been doing for years, aren't we?
Yep, we are. We are currently scouting the world to try and... It's madness.
Get the flight trackers out, everyone.
Yeah, for
but yeah,
real.
apparently there's a plane scheduled for 6 p.m. from Lisbon to Farnborough. There was one scheduled this morning, but it never took off. It is the same plane that left yesterday.
But how many planes were
yeah.
there? Because I've seen a couple of stories. I've seen that there was one jet that left with everybody on it, and then another one went just in case Enzo needs to come back for a medical. Or, that doesn't make any sense, and it's also not very friendly for the environment, Chelsea Football Club. So, like,
I'm not
surely
thinking about that right now.
Bro, but they got to, innit? Like, one jet is enough, alright? Like, Enzo wants to be a Chelsea player. He will sit on the floor if Todd wants 2 seats. It's fine. It's just simply about a little cross-European flight, Portugal, over flipping Andorra and those mountains in Barcelona, Montserrat, get him to London, get him in there. Like, surely there's got to be only one jet, or I don't know. I've been looking at every single flipping tweet, every single story, and I'm like, I feel like I've created my own narrative as to what's actually happened, and it's like it's actually got nothing to do with the reality. Like,
at this point, it's just pure fantasy.
It's like, what do I want to believe? What do I think? Someone's just said, give this money to you. Someone's donated me $2. I can Monzo Eunice $2 if you want me to. I actually will do it. If you really want me to give it to him, I will. But I've got to wait till next month because YouTube don't pay me till next month.
No. Next time we link up, first drinks on you.
All right, top G. Yeah, I'm going for that. I rate it. Another donation. If we get Enzo, who do I want next to him? I want either Yannick or Louis Beneventi next to him.
Probably get Jan there because Louis probably want to be the gaffer. So
Facts.
we'll let him do his
thing. What were you gonna say? I feel like you had some news for us.
Well, I mean, CFC PYS obviously very, very, very up to date with info, especially now. He put on another page, Chelsea FC 365 yesterday, that Chelsea sent a jet out to Portugal in preparation for Enzo's transfer. So that does go in hand with what others are saying about last night. Now saying Chelsea's jet was supposed to leave Lisbon this morning, Chelsea felt a deal could be done early after confidence last night. The flight was cancelled and it's scheduled to leave at 6 today. So let's watch carefully.
I'm also seeing now Chelsea HQ has quoted Edu Aguirre 7 saying Chelsea have entered the race and are pushing for Sofian Amrabat, but of competition from Man United. The thing is, like, the scary thing about all of these different little side hustle stories that we're seeing come out now is A, until it's reported by multiple sources, I don't believe anything. B, is this like as well as Enzo Fernandez, or is this because we're not getting him? And the longer it goes on, we were talking about that little 3-person meeting about half an hour ago now. We're detectives, bro. We could start a new series. We could actually be detectives. We could just make like Chelsea version of Suits.
This is a Chelsea version of Starsky and Hutch.
That's such a better example.
Honestly, we could. I mean, this level investigating is something that I'd only associated with Arsenal fans back in the day. I never thought I'd be in this situation, but here we are. So, yeah. And we have a flight number. If everyone wants a flight number, we have a flight number.
So apparently we're going to find things out if Enzo gets on the same... This makes sense. There is now a time limit. If this whole flight... This is big news. If the whole flight thing is legit, okay, then they're not going to just fly Enzo British Airways. He's either
it's
going
a
on that
private
jet
jet.
or he's not. And if it's scheduled to take off at 6, what's the time now, bro? It's 4:30.
It's 4:30.
Man, this got to be within the next half an hour because man's got to go show his passport. Man, he's got to do a few things. He's got to do a bit of pre-airport shopping. He's going to go WH Smith. He's going to pick and mix. Duty free. Get some spray. Get some aftershave. Get some perfume. Get all of it. Enzo, mate, I reckon Enzo is the kind of bloke who has got such a stash of cologne. I reckon he's got all of the creeds. He mixes them all up. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is a different cologne. I reckon he's got the lot.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I agree with you completely. He does look like that sort of guy. So I wouldn't put it past him. That's for sure.
There's a very good point that's just been made here, and it's actually true. If it's a private plane, it should be able to leave whenever. It doesn't actually necessarily work like that. You do have to schedule it.
Yeah,
because it's all
they
about,
are still
like,
scheduled.
You know, you can't just fly your
it's air
jet out
traffic
of your
control.
garden. Yeah, a plane is a plane. All right.
That's why it's called air traffic, because believe it or not, if someone just decided to take off out of the blue, chances are they're crashing into someone.
Yeah, screw it.
So, yeah, but there is that 6 p.m. apparently. Fly EUW 9287
Wait, what's this one?
is the flight number.
I've just been given another donation with someone saying, "Can track the plane. Its immatriculation is something else." SERFL. I don't know any of this. Why don't they just give planes like actual names? Like call it Derek. Like why
Derek
give it
is
a load of
leaving.
all these like code letters and numbers, bro? Just call it Derek. It's as simple as that, okay?
But I have to say as well, if it does come to a point where, say it doesn't happen last minute, we move for Amrabat, I think that's
Guys,
a perfect plan B. Just to say.
Fabrizio Romano, understand Moises Caicedo deal with Arsenal is now completely off. No further talks will follow. Brighton never changed their stance. No intention to accept 60 or 70 mil proposals. Plan has always been to keep Caicedo. So, just playing devil's advocate here, it's not first choice. We obviously do want the big Enz and the big Fernand. But is there a chance now, if Enzo isn't on that plane, will we see Chelsea go to Brighton with £90 million? If so, I would not be too happy with that. I'm not going to lie. I think that's far too much money. I think Enzo, for 120 million euros, we're already kind of looking at it and thinking, well, 6 months ago he's a 15 million player. But, like, I've seen enough of Enzo to be sure that Chelsea are actually, like, buying a midfielder for the next decade. Whereas with Caicedo, like, I think he's a very, very good player. But at the same time, like, the same price, basically, nearly. No. No. We're having our pants pulled down by Brighton and we're getting thrown off the pier. Like, no.
Financially, I wouldn't want to do that.
And it's
It
an
would be
upfront
very
payment
Chelsea
too.
for them to move for that. It'd be very Chelsea to just go in and go, yeah, all right, no problem, here's the money.
Bro, you would not understand my confusion if Chelsea's upfront payment, and if we couldn't get this Enzo deal done because Rui Costa didn't like the amount that we put in the first payment, and then it was all these installments, whatever. Imagine if we just went and just splashed 90 mil in one go for Caicedo. Like this would blow my mind. At this point now, I would stop like emotionally attaching myself to players and transfers. I'd just be like, you know what, Chelsea are gonna go and do whatever they want to do, and whether there's a plan or not a plan, it's just gonna happen, and we're just gonna have to live with it.
Honestly, I think if we're talking realistically, I think that's where things are. Chelsea will do whatever they can do, and I've said prior that, you know, people talk about, it's very easy for us to talk about finances and all of that. Truth is, though, I think they will do whatever they feel they can afford to do. And even if that means it looks ridiculous to us, if they look at their books and go, no, we can do this, not a problem, they'll do it. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, although you have to be realistic as well. Yeah, that much money for Caicedo is too much.
Yeah, 90 million is a joke. I'm seeing now people are saying that Sky Bet have slashed the odds. That's always quite a good gauge as well, because these betting houses, man, they don't want to lose money, okay? So they are keeping just as close eye on this Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea news as Eunice, Matisse, myself, and virtually every other Chelsea fan on the planet right now is probably doing something similar to us, although I have been gripping a vitamin C tablet holder. Just because I need to keep my hands off of the mouse to stop refreshing everything every 5 seconds. I've had 2 donations come in. Declan Rice in the summer. I mean, that's the dream, right? If you get Enzo and Declan Rice, see you later.
You're
You might as well
sorted.
just not even play. The 19 teams, anyone coming up from the Championship next season, you're conceding 15 goals, mate. Big Declan scoring 8 of them from outside the box, 48-yard pile drivers. Ryan with a donation too. Rice or Bellingham? I mean, I think we're jumping the gun here, you know. Like, this is based off of if we get Enzo now, and we're still pensively waiting for some positive news. I think Declan Rice would bring more balance, but I just think Jude Bellingham is just like... They're both Rolls-Royce of players, but I just think Bellingham, there's something so special about Jude Bellingham. But I just think he'll end up at Real Madrid or Liverpool.
Yeah, no, you know, I think it's the profile of player, isn't it? In terms of what Chelsea need, as much as on a footballing level, I would love to take Bellingham. I
Yeah.
think what our midfield is actually deprived of, Rice will be able to give us more. I think
I
we
agree with
need
that.
that physicality, and we need that powerhouse in midfield that we've lacked for so long, that will allow whoever's next to him to maybe have a bit of freedom, to be a bit more creative. That balance we've lacked for so long, I feel like Rice will bring that side of it. Whereas better than Bellingham. But if you're talking in terms of who is just the better baller, you're probably going to say Bellingham.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
think there's more excitement with a Bellingham signing, but I think Declan Rice is that kind of anchor player that Chelsea have kind of relied on Jorginho to be, much to some people's disgruntlement, and some
Yeah.
people think Jorginho is fantastic. But to me, there's absolutely no way that anyone can argue that Declan Rice isn't an upgrade on that. And I think what signing Declan Rice would do, even for someone like Enzo Fernandez, it frees up the creative potential which currently Chelsea can't afford to do. Because if you leave Jorginho against the top club, who have got, like, let's just say Mo Salah, Nunez and Luis Diaz running at you, you've got Bernardo Silva, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, and goodness knows how many other quality Man City players, Riyad Mahrez, and you've got Jorginho anchoring that in front of those defenders. Like, no wonder Chelsea have been getting pummeled. Like, I'm sorry, Jorginho's 31 years old. He's not agile enough. He's not strong enough. Okay, the Secret Scout has just said Enzo Fernandez update, medical to be had in Portugal, Enzo representatives in Cobham waiting to sign paperwork if owner agrees the deal in Portugal. Rui Costa is asking for 120 million up front. Guys, this is going to come down to exactly what we've said it's going to be the whole flipping time. Do Chelsea buckle under this pressure and not give this money, or do we simply give them what they've asked for the last 31 days plus? Oh, man.
Crazy.
We have an hour and 20 minutes until he has to be on that plane. And this is like takeoff time. 6 o'clock is scheduled takeoff time. Man's got a board. Man's got to get his seatbelt on. Oh.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's coming down to all of these details we've spoken about, I think are going to be secondary. It's just down to what Roy Costa's going to say about this payment. That's all it's come down to. And I think I still like, it's risky, but I'd still like to think that if it came down to the wire and it's the last possible moment, he folds. Surely he folds, because he's still going to get the money, just not all of it now.
But that's
Bit of
the
it
thing.
later.
Are we talking such fine margins in such a small window of time where it's like, you know, people were talking about an hour ago? This is the thing. This is the great thing about streaming. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I've not seen anything about Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan, which was coming up a few times an hour ago. During this last hour, there's been no official reports of any other official approaches from Chelsea Football Club to any other central midfielders. And we've sold Jorginho. So there's got to be some element of, we're going to get Enzo Fernandez, surely.
I've just seen a clip. I've got trolled. I got trolled there. I got trolled nicely.
Here we go. Ornstein. Sources in Portugal tell The Athletic there's now heightened optimism. Agreement can be struck for Enzo Fernandez to join Chelsea. Benfica have granted permission to do the medical in Portugal in case a deal is struck. It's absolutely. We either offer that money or we don't. I honestly think he's not going to accept it if we don't offer that money. Todd, get your flipping wallet out.
This is the thing. I think it's the other way around. I think if we stick to our guns and we carry this to the last moment, he folds.
I can't believe that though. I don't even want to entertain this idea. I do not want to entertain this idea because I think it's so risky.
Oh man, it is. No, it's very risky. It's very risky. Although, yeah, you'd like to think that for the sake of a few million quid, like we're talking about, like it's a couple of pounds. But,
Bro, these ain't Freddos. We're not trading sweets in the field here at lunchtime or break time. You know, this is some serious P that's being transferred here. Like, I want to know what the offer is. Like, if we're talking 5-6 installments, what were they, and how much was the upfront, and like how much do we need to budge? Like, are we talking? How many millions are we talking to shift here in terms of the positioning of where this money goes when? Like,
although let's look at this from an optimistic perspective, right? If Benfica have granted permission to Enzo, it means that they are optimistic on Chelsea's part that a deal will be struck. They're not thinking of this negatively. They're not thinking Chelsea are nowhere near. That's a sign that they're halfway there. We're close. If they're going to grant permission already, in case a deal is struck, that means that they sense optimism that Chelsea will give them what they want, or there's going to be a compromise.
Yeah. Oh, bro, I'm so nervous, man. Oh, bloody hell. And, like, I'm not fully aware of the repercussions and the facts behind if Chelsea have to pay the release clause all in one go, like the whole tax situation. Because I've seen so many places that it would become 160 million euros that Chelsea would have to pay if we're to pay the full release clause up front.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing.
Okay, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted as well, apparently. I can't see it. It's not loading. Load! It's not loading. Like, all I've got is people responding to David Ornstein right now, but I'm guessing Fabrizio is probably saying something similar.
He's quoted his last tweet, and he's gone, Chelsea insisting and trying until the end of deadline day. Mad story.
Fab!
Mad story, mad negotiation, but still on as things stand.
Oh, this is so intense. Like,
I'll be 1 sec as well. Yeah, give me 30 seconds. 1 second.
All right, mate. Well, I'm looking now in the chat as well. People are saying it's 3-1 that Enzo stays. So for those of you that are not involved with your betting, £10 gets you 40 back total. You get £30 on top of your 10, and it's 1-5 on that Chelsea are going to sign Enzo Fernandez. Sources in Portugal tell The Athletic that there's now heightened optimism. Agreement can be struck for Enzo. So we're either currently looking at... Okay, this is important now, guys, because anybody who has the plane, the name or the number of the plane and the flight that is going to supposedly be going from Lisbon to Farnborough at 6 p.m., we will know if that is actually true and that is the plane, but I can't imagine there's many private jets going from Lisbon to Farnborough at that specific time. We need to try and find out now if that scheduled flight time is changing. So, let's... I'm going to tweet this. Keep an eye on that scheduled flight from Lisbon to Farnborough.
We've got...
If it doesn't change, it might be so close now. If it does, we gotta keep negotiating.
Secret Scouts come out with a bit more info.
Oh.
More on this. If Chelsea could pay the same way they have structured other deals over long contracts, this deal would have been done. However, due to Roy Costa wanting the money up front, it's very complicated.
Oh.
It just seems it. I honestly think Roy Costa deep down knows it's happening, and he's just trying to get Chelsea to just do the deal as he wants. But the deal deep down he knows is done. That's how I honestly think it's going down.
Oh, mate, this is so nerve-wracking, you know. Someone has just said, thank you, Trainmaster, for the donation. If we get Enzo, what number will he take surely it's got to be the number 5. Like, it's just perfectly been opened up for him, hasn't it?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, number 5. It's got.
Like, it's got to be straight in there with that numero 5.
Who's got the 6?
Declan Rice will, mate.
Fair play.
Someone's just said departure delayed.
That's a good sign.
This is, well, I mean, it's good, but it's also not good. Like, if the departure's delayed, it means there's more negotiations that need to be done, and there's still not, like, Thiago Silva's number 6. As if we just messed that
Thiago.
up.
Oh my god.
Sorry, guys. He sat
I'm
behind me
sorry.
too.
That's
Look at him.
embarrassing.
He's looking that face. He's looking at me, thinking, "No, you don't behave this way."
How dare you
Deary
forget
me.
my number, guys?
How dare you? Departure delayed. Oh. Maybe he's just shopping in WH Smith for a bit longer. Maybe he don't just want one pick and mix, he wants 2.
He found another fragrance he doesn't have.
Oh, no. The reason is we're stupid. We're missing a few things here.
Oh,
The
go on.
reason is because he's having his medical in Portugal.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's got to be it.
This is we're doing all right here, you know, Starsky. We're doing all
Oh,
right.
cheers, Hutch.
Oi. Oh, I must
man.
admit though, we also cannot deny at this point now that the Chelsea ownership that we've got, that we were so pessimistic, potentially skeptical about, is doing a madness, an
Mate.
absolute madness. Like, this transfer window is nothing shy of sensational. It's ground shaking. It is Richter scale inducing from Chelsea.
No, big time. And I tweeted this yesterday, man, because I see a lot of, obviously, the non-Chelsea fans are complaining. There's a lot of them that are soured. How is this being allowed to happen? I even saw it earlier on. Barcelona are in a bit of a mess, obviously, financially. They can't do the Amrabat deals they want. They can't register Alonso, I think, on a new deal or something like that. And it's like, how come Barca can't do it, but Chelsea can spend all this money? And I'm just thinking, mate, all of you were the ones that were laughing when Roman was forced out. Everyone was giggling and making fun of us and going, "Raw, Chelsea are gonna die." You know, Roman's getting kicked out. It's the end of that football club, and we've only just gone to another level now. If it wasn't for that, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, no,
So-
I absolutely agree. Like, you gotta count your
amazing.
blessings, I think. I do believe, honestly, like, I've said it so many times this week when we keep on getting closer and closer to this sign-in, when we look at all the players we've already bought in. Like, we only signed Malo Gusto about 3 days ago. This kid is probably the best right back in the world under the age of 20 years old. Like, once today is over, we can really reflect on some of the brilliance that we've brought in. This guy's getting blocked, mate. Like, stop spamming. Like, I don't have a one-strike tolerance policy. There's enough people in here giving us some entertainment in this chat that if you keep spamming, you're blocked. Or you're hidden from the channel. I'm sorry. Free Enzo. You can spam that as much as you like. BR Football now just basically rehashed everything
Mate,
with David
the place-
Ornstein.
The place to spam that is on a Benfica stream.
That's
Somewhere
very true.
associated with Benfica. Tell them to free him. we
Is
are
there
trying to free him.
currently- Is there a Benfica live stream that we have right now?
I do want to say there is Ben Jacobs that's come out with some info. He's saying all I can add on Enzo at this point is Todd Bowley and Bedad Egbali have been pushing really hard. They simply haven't taken no for an answer, especially since Monday night. The deal remains on, and as per Sky, a medical can take place in Portugal.
Okay, that's good. I think this gives us some genuine optimism that I don't think timing's the problem here. I think there's more than enough time, and it is make or break now for Chelsea. Like, it's either Rui yes, Rui no.
That's basically it.
Enzo free, Enzo not free. Do I only answer questions based on the kind of donation we each give? I'm very sorry if I've missed a super chat with a question. I genuinely am very sorry, but this chat is going so fast because there are nearly 5,000 people here. I apologise profusely, but we're trying to cover as many different angles of this crazy deadline day news story as we possibly can.
I know the feeling. Yeah, don't blame him. Obviously, I've had that in the past. Sometimes you miss one or two, and you're like, "Oh crap, I don't know," and then you can't find them because the chat goes on, and then they get deleted. So
Yes.
yeah, it
I also
happens.
think it's so funny. No offense to Jude Soonsup Bell because he's actually a decent young player, but like
Oh, mate.
Tottenham Hotspur are buying our academy, don't want to stays anymore. Whilst we're here looking at world record
Honestly.
midfielder transfer fees, like we are actually levels and levels above that club.
Oh mate, I mean even for Jude, which I guess I understand, but I'm like Tottenham, really? And he's not even been signed to try and get into their first team. He's been signed to go and join their academy.
Jude, what are you playing at, man? Like you've
So-
just like resigned yourself to not winning anything for the rest of your life. Like
I mean,
it's
he
gets-
actually ridiculous.
He gets more game time, I guess, but that's about it.
Oh, Matisse is back. Do you come with good news? How's Rio? Oh,
He's
Maybe
good.
can't-
He's,
Oh,
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Just decided to defend the Chelsea club on the Man United channel. Do you know what I mean? I had to spit some facts about our club. I know
Lovely.
people are like, "Yo, how are you guys spending FFP?" So I had to make sure that I just cleared the air with that, put some respect on our name and whatnot. But
tell him.
it seems like since I've been away, there's not really anything new. Is it still the same situation?
Oh no, well, yes and no.
there's
Yes and no.
there's been an Ornstein tweet, which basically means that we are getting closer to some kind of like positive outcome, but in terms of our eagerness for the timing, it's not really happening.
Although Benfica have given permission for him to have a medical, if a deal is struck.
In Portugal, which means we don't have to try and rush a flight, and you never know if there's some headwind, we could be in a bit of a struggle.
Which means we found a treadmill.
We found the treadmill. This is good news. Maybe Rui Costa's going to blow it up, though. If there is any kind of inconspicuous fire at said medical vicinity, then you know who to blame. We are going for you. We are lawsuiting you. Oh, I've just seen a guy from the old school live streams, Adam Girani. Your name always rings a bell. So welcome back, mate.
Yeah, he's a regular on mine as well. Fair play to him.
Top man. Marcel Sabitzer is due to fly to Manchester shortly, so that's another one that we can't get, which is just significantly worse as a footballer than Enzo Fernandez. So this is more good news.
Got Bowley and Egbali are really pushing. They believe Enzo can help them qualify for the Champions League next season. That's from Jacob
Mate,
Steinberg.
imagine if we win every game. Okay, how many points would we have if we won every game between now and the end of the season?
A million.
We've also got our flight man, Mr. checking up the flights. He's saying that the flight is no longer delayed.
We got
So-
a flight man.
We've got Quinton Rijkaard
Oh,
in the chat. And yeah, maybe Quinton is the secret gem here of the timing predictions.
Lovely, Quinton.
It's a 6 p.m. flight, is it? Heading
Yes,
back
it
mate.
is.
Yeah. This is getting interesting. I mean, it might just be for Todd, and he does need to come back home.
He probably has his own jet too, mate. After all of that sweaty combo with our big boy Rui, he's gonna want to shower on his own plane, mate. He ain't sharing.
This is going to be so interesting, man. Seriously,
Mate,
this is like
honestly.
proper countdown stuff.
It really is.
Should we get the theme tune going? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Dum.
What a legendary show.
It is so good though, isn't it? Isn't that
Yeah.
Carol Vorderman back
Carol
in the day?
Vorderman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Big
the
up
one.
Caro.
That is the one. Oh, this is crazy. Why does it have to always be the last day, man? Could they not have done this on the 28th? Like, you know the deadline's coming up.
This is the thing. Maybe it's
This-
all one big market employ.
Football is entertainment though, isn't it? Like let's not beat around the bush here. Like this is drawing eyes and attention because you put a deadline on something and all of a sudden people seem a bit more interested. That's why like there has to be a transfer window. You can't just buy players all the time.
100%. 100%.
Chelsea want this to happen. Enzo wants this to happen. River Plate wants this to happen. Half of the Benfica board want this to happen. Rui Costa is still a dickhead.
Basically. Which is why I'm convinced that he's bluffing. I'm on a full Del Boy mode right now. I'm looking at Roy Costa. I'm going, he's bluffing.
Do you really
I wonder
think he
how
is?
many. I wonder how many followers Benfica have gained as a result of being trending on Twitter for the last 48 hours at the end of a transfer window. Or how
Gonna
many
be
have they
good.
lost?
Yeah, exactly. How much of like crap have they got in their DMs? The better question. I hope they're not open. I hope they're not open. This
Or
team.
maybe we've taken over their entire timeline. Any tweet that they put out, it's just Chelsea fans in the mentions. Who knows?
We've just had a huge $38 donation from Toby. Top man. Big up, boys. Can't wait for Fulham. 4 a.m. kickoff my time. It's a 4 a.m. kickoff my time too, mate. So we will be there together watching.
How
on
how
our
do you do it?
screens.
Honestly, 4 a.m. Jesus.
Thing
Especially
is,
especially the way we've been playing this season as well.
I've been off the booze too, so it's not like I'm going out and partying either to stay awake. Like I've been sober all January. Oh, it's the 1st of Feb. I've done
Yeah.
it.
Well, it
I've
is for
done
you.
dry January. Come on.
Well done.
Oh yeah, it is 1st of Feb. Yeah, for us it's not.
Are you going to reward
Get
yourself with
in.
a drink?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Nah. I'm seeing a mate tomorrow for lunch. We're having beers at lunch, so I can't. No, wait.
Wait, good shout.
Oh man, I'm back
So
to being
happy about
stressed again. Back to being stressed again. Jesus, when is it going to end, Robbie?
Robbie, tell us. Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea's gathering pace.
I think if this gets announced, right, and if Chelsea change their bio to Enzo Fernandez, right, and they say go and follow him on social media, I
Big
genuinely, the internet will break.
Well,
Enzo
Chelsea-
Fernandez is at hospital, the Luz, undergoing medical tests. Chelsea and Benfica still negotiating, so he's doing a medical already.
Where is this from?
This is from Simon Phillips. He's jumping the gun, mate. He's getting too ahead of the game. We need the here we go before we see you doing the flipping run on the treadmill, mate. You might trip. Imagine now if he does a pre-medical, falls
How-
over, breaks his foot, and then oh no!
How is he doing a medical if a deal's not been done yet? The clearance was if a deal was done.
I'm confused. We've had a couple more donations.
Or are we
Cheers,
just trying to
William.
save time?
I don't know. There seems to be some serious momentum building here, though, doesn't there? Like, there is some genuine movement here of slightly more pace than what we have seen. Thank you, William, for the donation. Thank you, Hart Maxim, for the donation. And bigging up all the boys in the chat. Drinks are on me, guys, when I'm back in Londres. I reckon we should invite Mudrik as well. I reckon he'd be a great laugh.
Oh, that guy. If he's not in the gym, he's
I
literally
rate
training
that.
like a madman. He's going crazy right now. He's training so intensely. I rate it though because it's a great mentality to have around the rest of the boys. Like he's
I
doing
agree.
extra practice after training and stuff, shooting practice. So long may
Lewis
it continue.
Ingram asks, should we get Tammy back? Tammy's buyback clause is available this summer.
I would say no. He's not having a good season in Serie A at the moment. So yeah, his buyback's like 80 million euros or something. I would stay clear of that. I think you know Victor Roque, who we were looking at, the Brazilian player. We were looking at him
Yeah.
we were looking at him alongside Andre Santos, and then we kind of stopped. I don't know what happened there. Barcelona are also interested. He looks like he's got a lot of talent, that kid as well. I wouldn't mind closing that deal, but I'm not really thinking about strikers at the moment. I just want the midfield to be taken care of at last. Still need a DM after this anyway.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
hopefully.
that medical thing apparently came from like a Portuguese news outlet.
Oh, Enzo
SIC
Fernandez to Chelsea
Noticias.
is getting much closer. Last moments, we will know soon. Boli and Egbali refusing to walk away empty. Honestly, I feel like there's some gangster shit going on, you know.
Bro,
Like,
they've been
these guys are bosses.
for 2 hours.
Thank
I
you,
think your
William, for the
51
donation.
your 51-minute thing might come true, mate.
It might do. We must be close to 51 minutes. William, by the way, the plan with the paintings, just want to get this one in here while there's a lot of people in the chat. We're currently working with a laser print in place because obviously there's only one painting because they're all original hand done. And we're going to sell one-off paintings, and then there's going to be prints available. And then the second series of paintings, there's 6 players for the first series, and then the second series is going to be all the new signings. So stay tuned. Oh, Guys, I think it's close, you know. I can smell it. On the tip of me tongue.
It might be. It
Yeah,
might be, but
it's
I
starting to feel
need.
very good.
I don't want to. Pedro yesterday's situation. Is that deal even closed yet?
What deal?
The Pedro Porro deal to Tottenham.
Yeah, it was off, and then apparently it got back on again, and I've not heard anything since.
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
right.
see anything either from that. Let me go on BBC and have a look as well.
It's
don't know why
typical
I'm using
Tottenham, isn't it?
BBC.
This is stress.
PSG. Okay. What about Ziyech? Have we heard anything else on Ziyech? Is there any updates on that? Is he still going to PSG, or is that dead in the water?
I think they're focusing all of their attention on Enzo, so like nothing else is happening. Like they had to bring Joe Shields in early. I think they paid some compensation to have him in early from his garden leave to handle the loan deals. Because there's so many young players in the PL2 team that want to go out on loan, and we haven't been focusing on those deals because we're so focused on Enzo. So I think what we're doing now is we're just not doing anything else but Enzo, and then trying to get that done. And then in the last few hours, if we got time, we'll see what Ziyech is saying. That's how it seems to be right now.
So I've just seen there's a big PSG journalist saying PSG are very confident about signing Ziyech and Skriniar this evening.
I thought the Skriniar deal was off.
Apparently
Really,
both.
I thought it was done.
Bakayoko to Lyon is on. Wait, how much is Bakayoko on? Is he still getting paid by us?
I swear he's on 100. Is he on 100?
Nah, no way is this man mugging a living off 100 grand a week.
Who?
Bakayoko.
Oh yeah, bro. Of course he is, bro. He signed for 40 million. Yeah, 100%.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so this is also good news. If Bakayoko actually... Oh, it's a loan. Flipping heck, man. This guy's going to be there way beyond when we're dead. Like, Bakayoko's going to be on like a lifetime plus like inheritance for whatever for the rest of like eternity.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. If this is legit, Chelsea are goated. Todd Bowley is a legend if this is actually... So the same people that are saying that Enzo was at hospital having a medical in Portugal, this Portuguese outlet, are saying Chelsea are contacting a factoring company so they can pay the release clause, avoid FFP, and pay through time the money.
Nah. Who's saying this? Who's this guy?
No, SIC Noticias. It's a Portuguese news outlet.
Money Laundry FC. 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 I'm back. I'm fully back at this point.
The rivals are actually going to hate our guts.
We're so hated. I love it. No way.
So
I kind of
basically,
believe it.
I don't even understand how that works.
So basically, whatever company this is would pay the money in one go, and then Chelsea would pay to that company in installments.
Nah, this can't be. That is that legal?
I don't know.
Is this legit?
At face value, it looks a bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie, but
this does not seem real. Like this. Okay, guys, in the chat, let us know what you think about this. You just heard what Eunice has to say. To me, this comes across as like we take a loan out from a random company. By the way, we're owned by a billionaire, so we're taking a loan out from some other rich guy or woman. And then we're just going to pay him back or her back. Like, are you kidding?
How amazing would it be if this company was secretly Roman Abramovich?
No, this could be it. This could be.
Hey,
this
don't
could
play
be.
with that one.
This could be. This could be. Imagine if Roman Abramovich pulls this one out the hat now. This might be the biggest, most like quintessentially fabulous moment of football history. Like, imagine Chelsea Football Club get their old owner, who was forced to sell the club, to cough up a lump sum money after 31 days of negotiations for a player. Rui Costa will get Roman Abramovich's face tattooed on the back of his head and shave his head. This could genuinely be ridiculous.
Statue worthy. Honestly.
Oh, honestly, like we found one loophole, then UEFA tried to close it. We find another one. This is what we do. This is what Todd Bowley's doing.
Can you
And
imagine if they?
Unbelievable.
The Absolute Chelsea account have put it out now, so you can go there and check for yourself just to get a better idea of the info if you do want to understand.
Top man.
Oh, do you know everybody must be so nervous right now?
I'm not nervous. I'm enjoying this. I'm having a flipping whale of a time.
I was
This is
enjoying it this
unbelievable.
morning. I was enjoying it this morning. Now I'm stressed.
I reckon we should bring back Pedro.
Bring back Pedro.
Lazio.
Yeah. Like, why not? Like, let's just get him in there for a laugh.
Remember that time where you ran back towards our own goal? I thought he was playing against us that day.
Pedro
Oh, my-
Rodriguez. What a guy.
He was so good for us, though. To be fair, in his title winning season, he was unreal.
That goal he scored at Everton, I will remember that for the rest of my life. That was
Oh.
sensational. That was the deadest game of football as well until that moment.
Yeah.
Someone's saying the plane's left. The plane hasn't left. The plane is not leaving for another 52 minutes, if it's on time. We've got this, all right? You can't go throwing in little curveballs for us. Starsky and Hutch and Matisse, we got this.
Literally. 100%. 100%. That plane hasn't left.
Or
I'm
we
watching
can
it on
just call
Google.
Star and Ski
I'm watching.
and Hutch.
I might watch the plane on Google Maps in a minute.
Got to be done.
I love how this is so odd. BBC Sport, right? Enzo Fernandez is currently like one of the most trending topics in the world, not just in football. But they're talking about Man United's Sabitzer. That's Man United for you. Man United have agreed personal terms. As we start saying that, with Marcel Sabitzer, he's immediately accepted, and he wants to work under Erik ten Hag. Thank you for the $20 donation. Amen, amen. Guys, with the time difference in the US, I couldn't even sleep. I can't work now. I'm stressed. George, please just say, here we go. I can't. I can't say it. I can't. I'll jinx it. You
You get copyright
get
strike if you
rinse
do
me.
that. It's not your phrase.
It's
That's
true,
a
yeah.
good point.
That's all trademarked now and everything.
Is it actually?
I think it is. I think Fabrizio, like you can say it, but you can't use it. If you try and use it and claim it as yours, Fabrizio could take action against you.
Oh yeah,
It's a
you do.
very
You
good
definitely always copyright. You do always get that with trademark like that. You gotta trademark a phrase like that. Too known at this point.
Do we think that we're going to get a transfer ban?
I'm not gonna lie. At this point, it's possible.
Oh, man. And what about if Enzo signs today? Could he start against Fulham? That's a donation from Abdul. Question.
Yeah, 100%. 100% he can start this.
If he signs today,
yeah.
We've
100%.
just sold Jorginho. Like that was Graham Potter's plan. Like, yeah, bringing in someone for
More
120 million to not start.
time to register him. More than enough time. Yeah, he'd be starting against Fulham. Because he's been
Thank you,
playing for
Evil
Benfica,
Conker.
so he's fit. He's fully fit. He's been playing for Benfica non-stop. So
What time's their kickoff as well? Because they're playing today, aren't they? They're going to get.
he's not.
we
Yeah,
should
he's not
just
playing.
Spam them, obviously.
they are. And I see a lot of
He-
people
he ain't
saying,
playing.
"Oh, we got to be cheering for the other lot." Who know who they're playing? I'm like, no, we got to hope Benfica wins so they can get some confidence with life without Enzo.
It's true. They're playing against Aruca.
Then come
The
on,
Veruca.
Benfica. I hope they win 5-0 just tonight and then lose every other game of the season.
No stress.
Unbelievable.
How do you feel, Eunice? Because obviously George is just loving this right now. I don't know how he's not nervous. Eunice, you're gonna be
Mate.
sick. I'm gonna be sick.
No. This morning I was nervous, right? I was feeling a little bit edgy because I didn't know what direction it's going in. Now I'm just excited.
It's just me.
I'm on the same vibe as George now. I think this is happening.
I think it's happening too. I've just got this like unwavering positive feeling in my gut that there's no way Todd Bowley walks away without this bloke. I really, really believe it.
Even if it meant by force.
By force.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised. People have been joking, saying we're going to buy Benfica. Like, we might actually just buy a football team in Portugal, just because to make the trip worthwhile. You know, I would be frustrated if you go to Portugal. It's a lovely place. They've got great coffee shops. There's a lovely architecture there in Lisbon. But you've been sat in a room with Rui Costa, mate. You ain't going to go there and just come back with Enzo. You're going to go there. You're going to at least buy a property, just to have a proper holiday and enjoy the city. Buy a club. See what you can do. Like, let's not wait. We're doing the medical in Portugal. We can have an holiday. Fulham's on Friday, mate. It's only Tuesday.
Oh, you know what?
But the players ain't even at training as well. Fly them out there.
Yeah, let's all go for it. I'll join.
Can you imagine imagine when the deal gets agreed, all the players just turn up. They're like, yeah!
It's like a massive Teletubby reunion.
Oh my god.
Like, if we bought Benfica, right? Which, if it came down to it, we should. If we bought Benfica, I would. If I was Todd, I would create a new position at the club, right? Executive boot cleaner, and I would put Roy Costa in that position.
I'm down. I'd give him. I know. I'd make him clean the boot cleaner's boots. Because like every man needs to clean their shoes at some point, whether you're the boot cleaner or not. His shoes need cleaning. Rui can do that job.
Whatever it is to do with boot cleaning, stick Roy Costa there.
Enzo or Bellingham, guys? Just a quick one from Finley.
Enzo, easy,
Enzo.
easy.
Enzo, I agree. And apparently, Eunice secretly wants Amrabat instead. Says Jamie Drummer.
I'd like both.
Yeah,
We could. I'd like both, but nah. Enzo first as a backup. If something were to collapse, move for Amrabat. But no, Enzo first. And can I just say, I've just seen this and I'm laughing. United fans. Oh man, honestly, there's tweets about a private jet scheduled from Munich to Manchester. I mean, come on. Are they being serious?
What do you mean?
So who are they getting from? Who are they trying to get from Munich?
Oh, the
Sabitzer.
midfielder.
Ornstein's just tweeted it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're tracking flights.
For Marcel
Crazy.
Sabitzer. To be fair,
For
he'll probably
Sabitzer.
ball out for them. He'll probably ball out for them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're really excited about the Carabao Cup final now. So Man United fans are
That's
kind of
true,
like
though, yeah.
much more humble these days. Like they're tracking flights for Spitzer. They can't wait for the final in the Carabao Cup. Like they're way more humble than they used to be. But that's what happens. Like with I always say it. Like if you don't win a trophy for a while, you're gonna be humbled. Like when we next win the Prem, I'm gonna treat it like as if it's the Holy Grail. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was enjoying it before, but now I'm starving. I'm starving.
Guys, we got
Honestly.
some bad news, I'm afraid, from a donator saying Benfica's member owned, can't be bought. Bugger. Shit.
That's right. So no, that's all right. We'll buy all the members.
There ain't no stopping this train. Oh, dearie me. I might just have to tell the missus she's going to have to take a taxi, mate. Like, come on. I've already said to her I'm going to leave at 2. So I'm not going to be there on time.
What time
I'm
is it?
going to leave. It's now 1:15. So I'm hoping we got 45 minutes or the thing is taxis are a bit dodgy here. Like I can't for the sake of some 21-year-old Argentinian you don't know I exist. Like don't think I'm a picture.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
no,
get it.
definitely pick her up.
If he was my pal and he was hoping that the reaction from me was gonna, generate him some more media attention, which it certainly won't. Like I'd consider it, but it is what it is.
It's
Oh,
funny.
man.
You know that Felix that. Well, this whole thing on Twitter started with him, didn't it? Do you remember the whole Felix thing? Journalist on Twitter, Felix Johnston.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with this whole news that's come out about a factoring company and all of that, he's just put out. I've just explained this on a space. He got told this at 11:26 this morning. Not reporting anything on this deal, but since I heard the Portuguese sources confirming, I thought I'd explain it. It allows Benfica to get a higher upfront payment. And he's put some screenshots of him getting that info at 11:26 this morning, saying the dumbed down text version that I got of it earlier today. Had a call after to explain, saying our source saying Benfica are agreeing a deal with a bank. So the bank buys Chelsea's transfers debt. It's not Chelsea direct, and then Chelsea will deal with the bank later.
So you telling me that after all of the stick we've got for bringing in somebody who apparently knows nothing about football, we're about to change the dynamic face of footballing business knowledge forever as well, because we have just found yet another loophole. UEFA, you're going to ban this one as well, bro?
They're going to ban the banks.
Woo! Where are we going to end with all of this intelligence? Todd Bowley, you are just...
They hate me
different
because
gravy.
we're too. They hate us because we're too good. That's what it is. Just so intelligent. Crazy.
We genuinely are just absolutely fantastic. Oh, and by the way,
Amazing.
Eunice, since you stopped doing watch-alongs, Chelsea are losing. And And it's your fault that we've been suffering, apparently, according to Gio. Thanks for the donation, mate. But Eunice, I hope you feel bad now because it is your fault. We know that.
Oh yeah, I'm broken. Absolutely broken. Very sorry. Don't worry, I'll come back and I'll make sure I do extra watch along so Chelsea can pick up points in places that I didn't think they'd be able to.
I'm back. Jamie Drummer says, what striker are Chelsea going to buy? We've already got him, mate. He's already coming. He goes by the name of Christopher, and his surname is Nkunku.
Oh, it's just...
One sec, lads, yeah?
Let's see what else.
I thought you had news. I thought you had news, Eunice. He actually just needs a wee.
I
actually need a wee.
I went for a wee before I came back. I was like,
all right,
mate,
Matisse, can you do me a favour, mate? Just sing a
I can
song,
hold it down.
entertain. The fort needs to be held here because we are about
100%.
to sign our record. It shouldn't be too long, but I have had a Red Bull, 1.5 litres of water, and a vitamin tablet. I'll be back.
100%. I got the live chat up.
I'm leaving. I'm on the way.
I got the live chat up, people. So stressed right now. So stressed. Beyond stressed. And I know you all are as well. I know you all are as well, man. I know that you're all kind of pacing in your bedrooms or pacing in your living rooms, walking down the street, or just sitting agitated and irritated. I am doing the same. I am literally just like you right now. Like, I am nervous. You see, this morning when I did my own stream, I was actually really calm and I was like, do you know what? We have the whole day. Now I'm genuinely like, I'm really bricking it. I'm really bricking it, man. Oh, you know, when you get to this point, you just want it to get done. You really want it to just get done.
I feel like a new man. Honestly, that was so desperately needed. I genuinely
Did you even make
thought...
it to the? Did you even make it to the toilet? That was so fast.
No, it's literally just around the other wall where I'm. It's literally like a 7-step walk or something.
Oh, okay.
But, wait, is someone at my door?
Oh,
hello?
no. It's Todd
So
Bowie.
weird. I've just had someone knock on my door. I'm like, there should be nobody at 2 a.m. knocking on my door.
Todd Bowie's got something to say.
Amen says that Todd Barley is the godfather of football. Mans came in like he knew nothing, only to be the Chat GPT of football. That actually could work, you know, because Chat GPT is currently only up to 2021. Todd Bowley could be the knowledge beyond. Check out the AI series I've got running on Shorts right now. Oh. What's this? What we got here? The deal sheet for Enzo Fernandez has all been filled in by Chelsea on their end, and they've also already got the extension. I love how, like, journalism, tweeting, and all of this stuff now, we can even write to the finest detail that Chelsea have filled in their part of the paper. This is breaking news, everybody. Breaking news.
What accent was that?
I think it's a wee bit of Scotland, mate. I don't even know exactly whereabouts in Scotland, but I think a couple of people might say that I don't know where it's from, but you know, it's what it is.
Wow, you're really good. How many times have you been to Scotland? Because I've only been once.
Bro, I've never been to Scotland. I've actually never been to Scotland. Newcastle is as far north as I've ever ventured.
That's mad. I went to Edinburgh a couple months ago. And as soon as I got to Edinburgh, for some reason, I was walking. I came off the tram and I was like, I'm just gonna just start doing an accent to myself, and I couldn't pick it up. It was so embarrassing.
I can't help it when I'm with people with like stronger accents or different accents to me. After a while, I do it without even realizing it, and like it can either rub people up the wrong way or like hopefully people don't care. But like, I don't mean to. I'm not doing it in any like malicious kind of way. But it happens.
It's actually mad. The latest from PYS is not really update. He said River Plate are very excited about a potential deal. Of course they are.
Yeah,
they're about to get paid.
Peas. So apparently Portuguese broadcaster SIC have told Sky Sports News that Enzo Fernandez is currently undergoing his Chelsea medical at Lisbon's Hospital of Light, which to me sounds like a very bright prospect for the signature of Enzo Fernandez to be confirmed. This is getting good, you know. This is getting very, very good. I think we're probably over the 51 minutes. I know there was one person in the chat who was helping us count the 51 minutes from the moment I said 51 minutes. I'm kind of a bit off. But the thing is, I might have been right, but the problem is it's just not been reported yet. So, you know, is what it is. Do an Australian accent. All right, mate, don't you worry about me. There's not even going to be 120 million euros in the Australian League because I'm going to take it all, mate. What would I say our best lineup is now? Well, I reckon I'll go in goal because I won't need to do very much because we've got so many good players in front of us. And then I'm going to go with 4 at the back, Reece James, Silva, Badiashile, Chilwell, Enzo, Kante. And then moving forward, I'll go Sterling, Havertz in the 10, Mudryk on the left, João Felix up top.
Mudryk in the 10 excites me, man. I really hope he signs on a permanent. Desperately.
So Felix?
Like, Felix, yeah, I'm already in love with I already liked the player before he got here. Because of his days at Benfica, he was just class. Number 79 shirt, Europa League run was unreal. And then now he's with us. Now I'm just flipped. All it took was that nutmeg inside 2 minutes. I was already sold. That's all it took.
Yeah. I think he got me off my seat more in a couple of minutes than most players have had the potential to do all season, to be fair. The same as like Chukwuemeka. Like when Chukwuemeka's running at players, I'm like, go on. And then he actually goes for it. And when he doesn't go for it, he puts in a decent ball. Like Chelsea have just needed that. And I think a lot of the youngsters who are playing and coming in, they've got to do more of it. And I think that's what signing Mudryk will do. That's what signing Madueke will do, because these are the big money players who will probably be expecting to play. But even if they might be first choice for a while, I think a lot of the young players who have been given opportunities this season are going to use the fact that Chelsea have spent an absolute fortune to rebolster and rejuvenate the squad as an opportunity. Like looking at Mudryk flipping, warming up on 135 kilo deadlifts, doing shooting practice after training. Like this is the kind of, like it's what these players need to see, I think, at the minute. Because I think everyone's kind of got too comfortable.
No, 100%, bro. They need to kick up the arse. Like they need this shake. The season's been so bad, and the performances as well. Under Tuchel, you could say that we never really, or until this season when against Leeds and Southampton, we never really had kind of like disgraceful capitulations. Whereas recently, there's been so many capitulations, if not by the scoreline, but in fact, just not competing for a full 90 minutes like at home to Arsenal, and obviously the Man City game in the cup. So this squad need to kick up the arse. They need to feel like, we're going to lose some friends, and like the team's going to be ripped apart, and we don't know our futures and things like that. And anyone can be replaced. Has to be. They need to remember they're playing for Chelsea. I think a lot of them have forgotten they play for Chelsea this season. It's nuts.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, it was Thomas Tuchel who took the hit for that. And I think again, like we can say what we want about Potter. There's not really a space or a time to like kind of argue if he's the right man now, because I mean, look at the players he's just been given. If in 5 months' time we're still 10th, like he's just not the right man, straight up. But I think a lot of it is going to be. I've said it all week. I think all of the players that we've brought in give Chelsea so much more dynamism across every single position. Like, we've been struggling with solidity at the back all season because Koulibaly's not been the player that we thought he was going to be. 2 games in, Badiashile already fills me with 10x more confidence than Koulibaly has at any given point this season. Then you look forward, you've got Enzo in that middle. All of a sudden, it's not always going to be side to side. It's going to be ball over the top, long ball, switch. Reece James bombing down right, Chilwell bombing down left. Then you've got Mudryk. Then you've got maybe Madueke. And even Sterling will probably have a kick up the arse now, because it's like, oh shit, they've signed the 20-year-old version of what they want me to be. So I now need to be a slightly more, let's say, outlandish. I was looking for a different word, but it didn't come. Like with trying things. I think that's the problem. Like Chelsea just didn't seem to try anything new.
Yeah, no, 100%. But now,
I think they all will boost each other now.
Now, hopefully they will. There's going to be a lot of imagination and creativity in that team when we're done here. If this gets done, and hopefully it does, then the team is going to be. It's going to be a lot better on the eye to watch for the rest of the season. I know that. Like I still think there's a ceiling to how far we can go in terms of getting back into Champions League via the league. But I just know that I'm going to enjoy the Chelsea games a lot more. Like what Felix and Mudryk gave us in their little cameos was brilliant. It was so exciting to watch.
Yeah, God, I got gassed on that half an hour from Mudryk.
Half an hour is all it took, bro. Literally.
It's mad how with half an hour, his debut, he breaks the record of like the top speed in the Premier League.
Yeah,
Just-
I mean,
just
like
with
that's
that.
also having not played since like what, November?
November. Yeah, which
That's
means he can do better.
insane. Like, imagine if he hit 40 kilometers.
It's unheard of.
Absolutely. Oh, oi, Merez, Aziz Daudi, you're getting blocked, mate.
Wow.
You spammer.
So apparently, L'Equipe have said that Ziyech has stepped in himself to try and get Chelsea to let him go because Chelsea got a little bit too greedy in the negotiation. And Ziyech is like, "Yo, what you guys doing? Just let me go."
Spending all your money on me and spending time on me. Todd's got us spending.
He really
You know,
does.
Dan McCarthy said something very interesting about how this isn't really news to those that have actually gone in to look at how he done things at the Dodgers. This is
Fair.
how he does business. Like this is how it is, and it's a common thing in the way that he done it at the Dodgers, and now he's brought that to Chelsea. Seems like in the football world, it's not very common, like to get banks and companies involved and do all of that. That you need to just get the deal done. So here we are. Pioneer.
Yeah, I think today's the day where we can all say we might have ourselves a top quality owner here, ladies and gentlemen. He knows what he's doing. He's getting hands on. He's getting dirty. And as well as that, he's also coming in there and bringing the business acumen to add to the plethora of brilliance that we are seeing right now with numerous signings coming through the door.
This is the last one, though. This is the last one. This is the one that takes the window from a 10 out of 10 to a 12 out of 10.
I agree. This could be different gravy.
Really
This is going to
could
get tense.
I mean, I feel as though we've not had any updates for about 8 minutes. This is currently doing my head in. Like, and again, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to pick the missus up in 31 minutes. I've got to leave. Well, I could probably stretch it, but I don't want to be driving like a madman. So, come on, Todd. Caicedo to Arsenal is off. Yeah, we knew that a while ago. Enzo Fernandez is currently in the hospital, doing a medical. We know that as well. Oh. This is just too much. I can't cope anymore. I've gone. The fluctuations happened. I've gone to the other side of nerves again now. This is a roller coaster. Ronan Keating, save me.
It says River
People
Plate are very excited about the potential Enzo deal. I bet they are. Yeah, you said that as well,
That's what I'm
Matisse,
saying,
yeah.
bro.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say. I think I've heard this one before.
So, it's so strange to see them like that being a report. Like they're so excited to receive their money. Like what?
No shit.
I'd be excited. I'd be excited too.
Free money.
Also, I think Andre Santos might have his work permit because of all the conversations that were happening today. It might have just been brushed under the rug. But I think from Ornstein's tweet earlier, I replied to it, but there wasn't any clarity. But I think that Andre Santos was seen as the replacement in the squad for Jorginho,
Oh, interesting.
which I think is very exciting indeed. Jamie says, leave the missus. If she's the one, she'll understand. Thank you for the donation. I'm sure if I gave her the €2, she might just let me off.
Oh man, stress.
It is very stressful. Well, the plane is supposed to leave in 29 minutes, so as of right now, we should be contactless tapping.
Well, get the
11
flight trackers ready.
I reckon it's about €11. I reckon his pre-flight order is probably a small tube of Pringles, because he's a footballer, big pick and mix, vitamin water, and maybe like a pen and pencil. I don't know.
I wonder. I do wonder what's going to happen because obviously, if half an hour the plane's meant to be leaving, then surely the conclusion of this meeting should be happening soon. Next 15, 20? How long does it take to get to the plane?
Maybe
And
it's
how
already
far
done.
away is the airport? How far away is the airport? This is it. This could be based off of this whole plane. And maybe it's just some guy just trolling everybody. Maybe it's a Tottenham fan who's got more money
Flew
than
his
Daniel
jet.
Levy, who's just like, you know what? Let's just mug these Chelsea guys off whilst we steal Jude Soonsup Bell on our deadline day. We're just going to fly to Lisbon and back for a laugh.
Imagine
Any
if that's
thoughts?
actually the case. That's possible, you know. If someone's just gone, oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna have a laugh. let's get the plane, park it at Lisbon, and then tomorrow I'll fly back and create a rumour.
There is enough rich people in the world. Bitcoin
Yeah.
was a thing a while ago. It was. People made bank. Someone, MLM donated and asks, do we think Mendy should leave? Is a goalkeeper going to be on the agenda for future purchases after we've hopefully wrapped up Enzo?
Not for this window, but yeah, in the future, I think it will.
100%,
I think we should just go for Oblak now.
Oblak, he's washed.
Like, let's go via Spain and just pick up, I don't know, best goalkeeper in Spain. No, do you know what? I think we should get Raya.
From Brentford.
That was a rumoured name, yeah.
I'm not sure though. Like I'm so like worried about the goalkeeper position. Like I don't know who's like. There's no one that's clear. You know when we got Courtois, you just knew. Like after that loan from Atletico Madrid, you knew he was going to be world class. I just don't know if there's anyone world class coming up next that we know is a certified goalkeeper to go and bring in.
But here's the thing with a goalkeeper. As long as you have someone who you know is good enough, it depends on your defense. Look at Ramsdale, for example. He come in and everyone thought he'd flop. All of a sudden, Arsenal are looking solid at the back. Ramsdale's got to pull off a save or two. Now he looks like the bee's knees.
I really like Ramsdale. I think his distribution's good as well. I think it's such an underrated trait for a goalkeeper.
It's true.
Very underrated. I mean, if you don't have that in the modern game, we see it with De Gea, you're going to have problems. But they also really need to be commanding of their box as well. That's really important, especially in the Premier League.
Kepa's got better at that. Like, he's still not A1, but he's definitely better than he used to be.
He's definitely better than he used to be. That 2019 season was dreadful.
Hmm.
I'm
Diogo
surprised he
Costa.
survived.
I'd like that had to happen just because of the name. It's close enough. It's one letter out.
Who?
Diogo Costa.
Oh.
The Porto
Man
goalie,
United-
I think he plays for.
Man United fans are really excited about their midfielder. I don't know too much about him.
They are, aren't they?
All I remember is he can score some absolute worldies, can our man Marcel Sabitzer. But I mean, if he's chose to go to Man United, I'm already lost. Nah, to be fair, Man United's a good place to go now. To be fair, I wouldn't go there unless it's Chelsea away. But any new information? No. If there was, I'd tell you, mate. Imagine after all of this, we were like, okay, sign now. All right, cheers, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Oh God, honestly, there's no updates, no news. We're all just crying.
Flight delayed an hour. Nah, you got to be kidding me, mate. I haven't got an hour. I've got 25 minutes.
I gotta go in
gotta be
like 10
kidding.
minutes. I'm gonna die. Need to get something to eat.
Someone's, I don't know if this is true, by the way, but someone's done some research. The hospital is 6 kilometers from the airport. Benfica Stadion is 5 kilometers from the Wait. Hang on. This doesn't make sense, mate, what you've said. The hospital is 6 kilometers from the airport. Benfica Stadion is 5 kilometers from the stadion. So only 5-minute drive. Do you mean from the airport? You copy and paste in the message and you're spamming it wrong. You wrote it wrong. Flight is delayed, confirmed. Okay, well, this is good news. Like, it's not no, which means it's still not yes, but it's... Thank you, President Jafar, for the donation. Over 5,000 in the live. We've been successfully over 4,000 for a significant period of time, which is fantastic. Thank you to everyone who's joined us so far. We've still got some time. Do you know what I should do?
Screw it.
I
I'm
should
gonna
just,
get the flight radar.
Yeah, I was about to literally do the same thing.
Great minds.
You do it, Eunice.
What's the flight number?
I had two. SE something FL, I think. I lost it. Oh, there's been another tweet from CL Merlot. There are permanent meetings between Chelsea and Benfica. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, brother. Oh. We know that there's a meeting going on, Cesar Luis Merlo. We know that. I think every man and his dog knows that there's a meeting currently going on between Chelsea and Benfica to secure the services of Enzo Fernandez. Oh, man.
I gotta be honest, I never thought I'd say this about John Terry, right? He just put up a tweet going at Chelsea FC game day. John, now's not the time. For all the respect.
Is he having a laugh?
It's not the time.
I don't give a shit.
Ah.
The players aren't even training today. They were like, "Yo, everybody just go home. If the phone rings, pick it up."
That's it.
We might be selling your ass.
Have you
Here
seen?
we
There's
go.
a Man City fan who said Chelsea signing the best young midfielder in the world and giving Arsenal their leftovers, for fuck's sake. Biggest club in London by a mile.
Yeah. Estimated departures now 7:10.
Oh, you mugs.
So.
It's gonna be a
But
long
No, you
night.
know
surely-
what? But this is a good thing. This is a good thing. It
Actually,
means
yeah,
that
you're right.
they're waiting. It means this plane is connected to them. Surely.
Okay, do you know what? I'm going to make a prediction now. I think you're going to agree with me. I think that they've delayed it by an hour and 10 minutes so that they can get to the airport, do everything legally on time to get him out of the country efficiently, which means that the deal is almost done. If he's doing the medical now, the medical can be completed, which means the here we go can be completed in the same breath as the deal to be struck between Chelsea and Benfica.
I'd like to think that.
This makes the most sense, right? Because why delay it by an hour and 10 minutes? That's not that much of a delay. And 70
Yeah.
minutes isn't that much of a delay. If you
Me-
know it's still like nowhere near close, you don't delay it by an hour and 10 minutes when the flight's in 22 minutes time. So that means the flight is only an hour and a half away from now.
And also Ryanair delayed much longer. So
Well, yeah, that's true. This is private jets.
this is nothing. I've waited a lot longer after a delay, so this is fine.
And this is the thing. This plane left last night. It was scheduled to leave at 8:30. It left at 8:26. It even left 4 minutes earlier. Right?
Yeah, these guys don't mess
Now,
about. Todd's
it's
pilot
delayed.
is good.
Like, there's no reason for a private jet to be delayed unless there's a hold up. Because a private jet belongs to these sort of people. Gotta be this.
I believe it's got to be done soon. I think Rui, mate, if you are still not ruined by Todd's flabbergasting behaviour, mate, it's time to just suffer now. Just get in the bin, mate. We will keep bidding for Enzo Fernandez until the deadline. I really hope we don't need the deadline. Oh, we're getting into the realm of waffle, says Sam. Well, you know what to do, Samuel, mate. At this rate, I'd invite you in, but I don't have your Discord.
Chelsea have informed Benfica and Enzo they'll bid for him right until the window closes. So we're going to take this until one of us dies.
But what's the point in Chelsea bothering to do what? We're going to look so stupid if all of this is true, and we do keep bidding for him until the end of the window, but we never actually asked them what they wanted the whole time.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we have to close the deal now. Have to.
Yeah. I think there's no way we don't get this done. Apparently, Enzo's
we're not
passed
going
his
to close
medical.
it off and try to get someone else. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've not seen for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours even now, any concrete links to any other midfielders. So I think the eggs are firmly put in this basket.
Yeah, no, they definitely have gone all out for this, which I'm glad because I really want the player. They just then have to close it. Because if they don't, I mean, Jesus, it's a long day. Gone.
This has been a long stream. I'm glad you messaged me. Like by this point, I would be pulling whatever hair is left on my scalp. There's not much. Like,
How long have you
pulling
been streaming for?
We've been live for 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Fair play.
We're doing all right. I'm glad you guys are in here as well because my voice feels good as well. I've still got hopefully a Here We Go video to film.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going in a minute to stream. God help me.
Enjoy.
Well,
To the
I have to
deadline.
leave in 19 minutes, so I'll make sure that everybody who leaves here gets sent straight across to you, my man.
Appreciate it, bro. Oh man,
We're gonna do a
Yeah.
raid, guys, in approximate when Matisse leaves and when we finish here, which will probably be in about 20 minutes. We're gonna go and raid.
A
So make
raid.
sure if you're here, we are gonna raid. We are gonna raid Shadow Legends, whatever that flipping app is that give out so much money to
gets a
people.
sponsor, yeah.
Bro, they have so much money, but they still haven't
Sponsor
sponsored
me.
me. They
Have they
still
not?
haven't
Never.
sponsored me. No, I've never even had an offer. I've actually played it
That
too. I was like, there's so
pretty
many
quick.
YouTubers promoting this. It must be good.
Well, it's actually not that bad.
It
I've
is
played
good. It's fun. It's genuinely really fun. Genuinely is really fun.
I said I have a little addiction here. So if you're gonna pay me another sponsorship, I'll keep this addiction.
Yeah, I won't go rehab for an extra month. Jack Davis says he lives in Farnborough. Shall he go and see him, mate? Yeah, if I lived in Farnborough, I would absolutely be tracking that plane and I'd be waiting outside. It's like when people go to Cobham when the players finish training. Like, yeah, if you want to go and meet your idols, why not go and say hello? Like, most of them are nice. Or according to Ben Foster, only 25% of footballers care about the fans.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I watched. It's a very good video actually. James Alcott interviewed him. Super laid back video, and he said that he thinks about only 25% of footballers actually care about the fans. Yeah.
Mm. I mean, they were kind of born to be footballers, not celebrities, isn't they?
Yeah, true.
Oh, I always see it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like Elise said when he scored that amazing free kick against United. He's like, "What? Like, why should I celebrate? I did my job." I'm like, "That's cold, but I rate it."
Yeah. Oh my god.
We've won it all. We've won it all.
This is going to be mad.
Oh, apparently Amari Hutchinson on the loan.
Yeah, that would be Joe Shields working his magic.
Yep.
I wonder if Fabrizio Romano is being smart here and he's going to wait until he starts his live stream to do a here we go.
Bro,
He knows.
He knows, bro.
He knows.
The game is rigged.
Yeah. This is the thing. We say, oh, we're so lucky we're not journalists and all that, but imagine if we got to break the news. Imagine if right now one of us just got a ping. Enzo Fernandez, Ella mate, I'm joining.
Oh, honestly.
Bro, that would be so cool, wouldn't it?
I couldn't break the news because I'd have to be professional, and I'm not professional about breaking that news. I would start screaming down the place. People are like, is this guy impartial? Nope. Absolutely real. More than you can believe, I am not impartial. Oh man, be way too excited to do that. This is crazy.
Fabrizio's mad, bro. He even knew my wife was cheating on me before I did. Oh dear. I've seen it before, but it just does get funny when you read it live.
That is jokes. Anybody nervous yet? You still excited, guys?
I'm a mixture. I had like a little dip in my energy a few minutes ago, but I've kind of like equilibriumed again now.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna get another Red Bull.
Oh, good lord! If I had another one now. Oh, what?
Ziyech has passed his PSG medical.
Yeah, but Chelsea is still being greedy, no?
And he's personally intervened in negotiations to tell Chelsea to be more flexible.
Well, Rui Costa's personally intervened to try and tell Chelsea to get out, but I mean that's not really doing much, is it? I wouldn't want to intervene anything with Chelsea. I'd be scared of what's coming. They might just get some factoring company to just like hire some hitman to kill me, but it was never Chelsea, it was a factoring company, so up yours.
This is the thing. There's people trying to put it out there, and of course, well, you never know. But there's people trying to say it's Roman. this other factoring company is Roman.
But this could be true.
It could be true, though. This is the thing. It could be true. I'd be shocked. I don't think it is. Surely
As conspiracy theories go, this one is up there as being like plausible.
Yeah.
If that happens,
You know what I
though,
mean?
like people, like it's gonna be so jokes because we get the player, but then oh my god, the rival fans will go insane.
Oh no, there'll be campaigns for us to get suspended and kicked out the league or something like that. Like if that happens, 100%.
Oh, 100%. They haven't even been here a year.
Exactly.
For real. Unbelievable. Okay, what is there any movement here? Like, surely we've got to get something soon.
But will we?
We're just I feel like there's just somebody who he's just be like, it's 3 hours, 18 minutes, 17 seconds into the stream and we're still looking and we know there's a meeting going on. Everybody is pensively chatting away still. There's still 5,000 people putting up with us saying, by the way, everyone, we've got some news for you. There's a meeting going on right now. Apparently, Chelsea and Benfica are in a meeting to try and get Enzo Fernandez, is it? To sign for Chelsea, I think. Oh, okay. I've got a feeling we're 8 minutes away. I can smell it. I can smell it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
You're going 8 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, 8 minutes is what I'm going for. I'm just. Why is everyone spamming the chat about Mudryk? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'll just make one statement. And that's it. Mudryk has been found on video to be doing something and saying something, but there's nothing I can say that can either justify my opinion, vindicate my opinion, that won't see whatever I say be taken out of context. So I'm not going to talk about the Mudryk situation when it comes to potential racist words that have been used by our player.
Well, there was literally an update about a minute ago on that, just saying that it was a music video with Lil Baby in 2017, and he was in it, and words were uttered, and then he's come out and apologized for it today, but the FA might punish. But the FA might punish him. So
they will punish him because, yeah, I'm not going to say anything else.
there's no point saying anything else.
No. Yeah. I can't be bothered. Honestly. Everyone like this video, says Mike. I mean, I told you there was some genuine legends in the chat. Yep, we could like the stream now if we wanted to. You guys would be great if you did that. Really, really great.
really great.
Oh, an hour later for the plane. Like, I just feel like there has to be some kind of...
No,
Pedro Porro will sign the contract as new Tottenham player in the next few hours.
So there we got our answer on Pedro.
Well done, Tottenham Hotspur. You've officially signed a right back, so have we.
Well, I mean, that had to get done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't, Jesus, like, leave you. At that point, you're taking it too far.
At that point, just liquidate.
Come on, Chelsea Football Club. Announcement is at 7 BST. What time's that?
What's that, 7 BST?
I'm just reading it from the chat, but you never know. Some people might have the info.
6 p.m. our time, so we're still GMT, aren't we? Yeah.
We're getting closer to that, are we?
So in 10 minutes.
Crazy, man.
Flight still scheduled for 7:10.
I wonder how many people are tracking this plane.
Oh, mate. Although it does say, so hang on. So estimated departure 7:10, scheduled time of arrival 8:24 p.m. I'm assuming that's UK time. So if anyone wants to go to Farnborough and keep track on a private plane that lands and see who walks out the airport, be there at 8:24.
Some people will be there.
Some people will. This is why I'm actually saying it, because I know there's going to be one person that actually does it. So 8:24 is the time to be at Farnborough Airport.
8:24. Oh, I've got a feeling the Here We Go's coming. I think when Fabrizio starts his stream, I think we might get it.
And I have to say, yeah, we deserve that. After the windows we've had, and you know, windows like where we got Barkley or we get Saul as a panic buy, like we went through a lot. On deadline day to get the player we want and a big Here We Go to end the window is beautiful. We deserve that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
More than you can believe we deserve.
More than you can believe.
More than you can believe. I think we deserve. We do. Imagine a couple windows ago in January, we were literally recruiting, trying to get Emerson back from Lyon, a player that was our player, trying to buy him out of his loan. So funny.
Outrageous.
We've come so far.
And we come so far, and we've reached so high.
This is what happens when you get like 3.5 hours deep into a stream.
I'm so glad you guys are here because I'm
busting out
literally
tunes.
just yeah, man. I'm just looking everywhere and I've not seen him signed yet, and it's doing my absolute scalping. I'm telling you, I need to see it. I need to see this. Like, we've come so far, And I know what will happen. Like, we'll end the stream 1 minute later. Here we go.
Here we go.
Enzo,
We'll have a
Enzo.
mad video to make.
Fab stream begins in 8 minutes. Yeah, I've got my t-shirt ready. Like, we're rocking.
I think I might just
We're
make a video
rolling.
tomorrow morning.
You know I know how to make him stop and stare as I zone out. Rui Costa cannot handle me right now. Bro, Rui Costa's got no idea how he's impacted so many lives for all of the wrong reasons. Like, this guy don't give a shit, man. He's just sat there in that room just being like, no, he's not today.
No.
He's not going to live.
I want the gloves. If I don't get the gloves, it's over.
I think, for me, I'm not a special one. I don't believe.
Don't believe. I think you have to pay. I think you have to pay.
Oh, Fabrizio doesn't go live in half an hour. He goes live in 9 minutes. And I know that probably means people go over to his stream. But at this point, I don't care. I just want to see him sign. Like, I'm...
Not gonna lie.
me.
Just thinking about the accent that you've just put on. This deal, I think, would have been easier to negotiate with Roy Costa if we had Jose with us. Just stick Jose in the boardroom with them. He'd get it done in 5 minutes. Portuguese to Portuguese, he'd get it sorted.
That's a very good point, you know. That is a very, very good point.
Did Roy Costa play for him?
Ooh. That's a very good question.
Or am I thinking of someone else? Hang on, Roy Costa.
No, he didn't. I don't think he did.
He's never played for Porto, has he? No.
Nah. He's at AC
I'm thinking
Milan.
someone else. Yeah, AC Benfica. Okay. Still.
When was the last, like, decent progressive update we saw?
No.
How many minutes ago?
No, he's an ass.
Been a while. I'd say, what's it been? Maybe an hour? 5 minutes?
Oh, I don't know. Hashtag pro streamer. I'm taking that as a genuine compliment, alright? Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting agitated. Not with you lot. I'm just getting agitated with Rui Costa, okay? He's not the guy. You know, he really is not the guy.
I never thought I'd say his name again after he retired. Here we are.
But same with Deco, right? We thought that he
Yeah.
was going to go off into obscurity,
Did-
and he
didn't-
ruined our whole life last window.
Was Rui Costa still playing when we played Portugal in those games in when the Ronaldo
Yes.
Rooney saga? Was he?
Yeah.
I'm sure he was still there.
He was. He played. I'm sure he
Yeah,
played.
he played. Yeah.
Damn.
Good times.
Very good times. Extremely good times. So someone's like, what the heck is going on? That fundamentally sums up everything that we've experienced on this last 3 hours and 26 minutes. Estimated departure still 7:10. So the medical. How long does a football medical normally take? Let's be honest.
I mean, in this instance, it can only take 5 minutes because all we needed was a treadmill.
Yeah. Imagine if they were secretly filming a Netflix documentary about Chelsea.
Imagine.
That would actually break the internet because every single person would want to watch that.
Yeah.
You've got
Easily.
business interests, you've got like political drama, you've got like a massive football club, you've got every other football fan that isn't a Chelsea fan will be like, right, we want to see how they manage to spend all this money because they're breaking the law. We got to get them, stick them under the ground. Like everybody would be invested in that for one reason or another.
Oh,
Jamie Drummer. Go on.
Oh, so Simon Phillips with quoting Ebola. I'm guessing there's some
Doesn't
big
sound
outlet.
healthy.
It doesn't. Doesn't sound healthy, but Enzo Fernandez is undergoing his medical and is waiting for Chelsea to reach an agreement with Benfica at any moment. He was given permission to take the step towards making a transfer. End of update.
Damn, okay. Well, Fab starts in 4 minutes, so we can see if there's any like opening up the stream. I mean, if he's smart, he'll wait for peak viewership. But then again, if he's not smart, he might lose out. He might not be the first if he's not smart. Like, it's a catch-22 for Fabrizio.
Well,
Fabrizio-
Chelsea's...
will Ornstein give the dagger?
Will Ornstein give the dagger?
Who will get there first?
I've managed to stretch myself by an additional 10 minutes. So
Do you think-
we do have a bit more time. And then I'm going to go pick her up because I'm a good boyfriend. Be a top
Good on
man.
you. Good on you.
Treat your woman right. Shout out to all the women out there. To the 3% of you who watch me. Love you. Actually, I think it's 4.3%.
Increasing.
Yeah, we're on the up.
No, you know what? With Fabrizio, he must look at us like we're built different. Like, I think he gets comments and whatnot from all football fans, but every single window, it's us that's flooding his comments, his tweets, everything. It's just Chelsea fans.
Legit.
He must think we're different to everyone else.
Bro, he must be so happy about Chelsea though, because think about the ad revenue
Oh,
that this
mate.
man generates from Chelsea just basically buying every man and his dog. Like,
It's
this
true.
guy can make 4 videos a day from, like, just Chelsea.
Easily.
As George Benson famously said in a song, never give up on a good thing, because Enzo makes me happy.
I love how you managed to get your namesake involved in that. Brilliant.
We're all men of words. Sometimes many, sometimes a few. But men of words we are. So I'm also confused as well, like, what's the deal gonna, if there is a deal, maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but like, if there is a deal that's being had, is it gonna be with this factoring company? Is it gonna be an installments payment? Is it gonna just be all Todd Bowley's cash from his pocket and his wallet up front? There's so many if, buts and maybes right now, so many questions. But
Key
one thing
thing-
that cannot be questioned is the dedication of Chelsea Football Club to getting this deal done.
Oh, here we go. Jay Cohen, who's a sports lawyer, has come out and gone, factoring and other types of receivables finance are common in English football and are used to address cash flow issues. I could be wrong, other matters on tonight, plus no time to dive into the regulations, but I suspect that a factoring arrangement would have zero effect on FFP calculations.
Interesting.
So, I don't know, it just could be pure cash flow and not really FFP. Interesting. We live and
Very
learn.
interesting. I just don't like business. I just like, here we go.
I just like, here we go.
That's
It's
my
my
business.
favorite thing. I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, man.
Yeah, another one. Enzo's in a hospital undergoing medical examinations. He's waiting for Benfica and Chelsea. So right now he's in a
Wow.
hospital bed. We figured out where he is.
I wonder what the Chelsea players are thinking right now. Like, the ones that are
Enzo's
definitely
in
staying.
bed.
Because they're just watching this like we are. Is Enzo going to get done?
I mean, whose position is under threat?
Anybody that plays in midfield.
So, but all of them are thinking I could be alongside him, or maybe my place will be gone.
I think the ones that should worry the most should be like Loftus-Cheek, Cover, those players, Gallagher, Mount, all of them.
For sure.
None of them are in good. None of them are in good form. So we're 10th. Everybody be very worried.
If I was Kepper as well, I'd be worried.
Be very afraid. Because
120 million, you got to be pretty multi-talented, you know? Like, why not
don't
just
think-
wedge him in goal?
I don't think Todd Bowie plans to be in 10th many more times. So you guys be very afraid.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Okay, so Fabrizio Romano stream is starting soon. And he's late. He's late. Or maybe he's late because there's news coming through. Guys, this does make feasible, logistical sense.
This is what you
Fabrizio
said earlier.
Romano. He might want to be double-checking before he starts his live stream, which could be why he's now 2 minutes late. So therefore, we could be about to just, you know, get the news as soon as it comes in.
Or
Okay,
maybe
I've got a couple more minutes, guys. So Matisse is starting his stream soon. I think he's delaying the stream because we're about to get the news.
I pray. I've now Red Bull. I've stacked up on Red Bull and Haribo. I'm ready to be excited. I'm ready to be excited for this deal to be done.
Flight Derek needs to take off. I agree, Sean. I fully agree. Plane Derek needs to get on his bike. Look, I've even got Derek on my arm tattooed because I just find the whole concept very funny. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to start wrapping up my stream, unfortunately, because I do have duties as a loving boyfriend to attend to. It's been an absolute honour and a pleasure to be of service to you guys tonight. We're simply reading off of the screen what everyone else has already done the hard work for. But I will do a massive shout out to both Eunice and Matisse, who have been very kind to join me for such a prolonged period of time. Thank you, boys.
No problem. Thank you for having us
Pleasure,
on.
bro.
I
And
appreciate
shout out to
it.
everyone in the chat.
Bro.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Legend.
Matisse is doing a stream. So I implore each and every one of you to jump ship straight from here and head straight to Matisse's stream on his channel. There is a tag to both Eunice and Matisse in the title of this live stream. So go over there, show some love. And yeah, I'm hoping that I will not be going to bed anytime soon without doing a Here We Go video. I will be posting a video when we hopefully get this done. And I think we will get it done very, very soon indeed. So, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Yo, boys, that was fantastic.
Great show,
Quality,
bro.
quality.
Brilliant. Fair play
was
for
good.
being able to stay that length of time is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we crushed it.